Hey guys, how are we? Big game tonight. Gold Coast versus the Crows. Obviously, the Gold Coast last week had their first game of the season opening round up against the Tigers and won pretty convincingly. Crows' first game of the year. Big game for both teams, though, to get their season off and going. The Gold Coast could go 2-0. Crows would obviously get their season off to a great start with an away win. I have tipped the Gold Coast, but I think this is going to be a big game, actually. All right, by the way, in the other game right now, Geelong lead 21-11 against the Saints. Alrighty guys, first quarter is about to get underway. Big game Saturday night, Gold Coast versus the Crows. First bounce was dreadful, but O'Brien gets the tap and Rankin against the former side gets the clearance. Forward wasn't the best play there from Burgess, also against his former side. Ballard gets tackled well by Burgess and gets dragged to ground. So back in the ruck now, Witts wins it down. Rao trying to gather it cleanly. Rankin drags him down. Got the ball away somehow. Wasn't really that legal in my opinion. Jones tried to get it out of there. Anderson almost kicking in danger against his own teammate, but he gets it out of there nicely. On the wing now, Berry did really well. Over the top. Gets tackled well though. Humphrey dragged over the line by Jones. A little bit of a scuffle early here as well on the wing. He gets dragged to ground there. I think it's Butterick. But a bit of push and shove to start things off. But O'Brien wins the next tap down, does nicely. Laird, Jones, working it through hands. Rochelle over the top. Berry got tackled well there by Anderson. Fiorini helps out. And it's another ball up. So just inside the centre square early in the first quarter. So Sam Berry got the call up this week to start the season. Had a brilliant pre-season with the reports from Adelaide. And had a good last pre-season game as well. Back in the ruck, O'Brien wins it down. Berry fighting hard with Rao. Almost got it out of there. The Gold Coast do really well. Butterick gets the clearance forward. Lukosius just left it go behind. Ball A's handball was a little bit slow, and the Gold Coast quick to attack onto it. And a great kick inside 50 finds Ainsworth. So great work there from the Gold Coast. The handball from Borlas just a little bit too lazy on that one. Wasn't a good enough handball, cut off well there by the Gold Coast. And great work there with the kick from Fiorini inside the forward 50 finds Ben Ainsworth. Big year for him. Obviously a high draft pick back in his draft year in 2013, I believe. And here we go. Chance for Ben Ainsworth to get the Gold Coast off to the perfect start. Comes in. Kick looks pretty nice. And the Gold Coast Suns on the board first. So great start for the Suns. They get the first. So good start for the Suns. They get the first goal early. So Rankin's in the middle again for this stoppage. Knocked down there from O'Brien. Dawson gets a good kick out of the midfield. Gets out wide towards Keys. Hit the back of Swallow. Hit him in the numbers. Power, brilliant week last week. That was a great pickup. Ainsworth coming through. Handball's a bit too hot for Power, but he comes through nicely there, Will Power. Great crunching tackle on Scholl. And on the out of the wing, they'll call for the ball again. Big crowd in to the Gold Coast Stadium tonight. Dawson got the ball away somehow, but Anderson picked it up nicely. Just rockets a handball forward 20 metres, and Ainsworth happy to have scored it out of bounds again. So a little bit of a breeze going the Gold Coast way. Probably a goal breeze, I think it's probably they're trying to allude to. O'Brien won it down, but Witts gets a handball away. Just handballs to space. Running forward there nicely was Humphrey. Just gets the ball forward, but it's out on the full. So the Crows will get the free kick in the back pocket. It will be Jordan Butts with the free. So it goes long on that outer wing. Not a lot of options. O'Brien tries to give one. Ballard couldn't bring it down. Rao at the back to Swallow. Tumbling ball inside the forward 50. Did well there, Michaelani. Worrell back to Michaelani. Handball's a bit dangerous. Miller did well. Great little take there by Anderson. Handballs it out wide towards Ellis. One more handball and they should be open. Lukosius on the right boot. Snap inside. Almost got marked. Good spoil away there from Smith. He gets the ball. Kick away from inside the defensive 50. Almost cut off there by Rao. Ricochets to him now. Always found the hands, this guy. Swallow, Miller, and now Anderson from 50. Drives a long ball inside the forward 50. Lukosius looking for the free kick. And didn't get it. Umpire calls for the ball throw in here. So Gold Coast look good early. So forward pocketing for the Gold Coast at the territory early. From the tap down, Anderson got met well there by Berry. Sits on him for a bit, and he pins him holding the ball. No genuine attempt, but there's a guy that's about 80, 90 kilos laying on top of your back. I don't know about that umpire, but anyway. Sam Berry gets the free kick in the back pocket. Big year for him. Had a big 2022, but just couldn't get into the side last year. So he starts the season in the team. Miller to Fiorini, back inside that forward 50. Gets out the back of them. King did well to tap it towards his teammate there in Roses. It eventually trickles to him. Just couldn't get Boots a ball, and eventually, weirdly tried to soccer it to his teammate, but he kicked it on the full instead. So a free kick will go to the Crows. So Michael Lanny will take it looks like. Looking around the grounds, Geelong lead by 17 points early in the second term. 28-11 against the Saints. So now on this commentary side wing, couldn't bring it down. Rankin read it well, broke the tackle of Rao. And now Smith, the Crows link up through hands. Berry again had a few touches early. Works it out wide. He finds Borlays. Wide kick, dangerous kick to Keys. Made him had to sit under it, and Swallow was hot on his tail. Now Ainsworth just couldn't gather it. Miller did well. And then work through hands again. He gets the 1-2. Miller. Short kick on the wing. Dawson probably should have marked that. Ellis. Great cut-off play there from Keys. It kept on running. Good tackle there from Rochelle on Rao. Tried to get it high one. And the umpire calls for it. Hot game early. O'Brien taps it forward. Ellis probably threw that away, but unlucky the other Crows. Laird to Berry. He's been big early. Rao drags him to ground eventually. I don't know how he brought him down in the end. Rochelle to Keys, who dribbles it towards half forward. Powell did well to break past Rochelle. Did well to kick it down towards the wing, but Borlays pushes Lukosius under it legally, but then he left the ball behind. Humphrey at the back. Has some time to Witts, and now Ellis, probably a better distributor of the football. Goes long towards half forward. Smith just pushed his opponent under it, and definitely that was illegal. Should be a free kick to the Suns. Wasn't paid. I don't know how that didn't come to light. Anyway, now Michaelani outside the defensive 50 with a brilliant low darting kick, and he finds Rory Laird. Short to Brodie Smith. Big crowd at Gold Coast Stadium. Long kick down the wing. Did well there, Ballard. Took the ball and just got a handball away to Anderson. Witts, little handball over the shoulder to Swallow. Down the line, good kick to Lukosius. Hit him right in the throat, and he dropped it. So it trickles out of bounds, out of wing, true centre wing position. So a little bit sluggish early. Gold Coast with the only goal of it. Two veteran ruckmen in tonight. We'll be going at it all night. Dawson threw that away. Should be rewarded if the Suns, and they are. Well done there from Jared Witts. Great pressure. So the Suns looking on. Witts goes in short. Good kick finds Brendan and Ellis. Obviously won a premiership at the Tigers before moving up north. Short inside to Miller. Made him work hard for it. Didn't give him any sort of favours. He could have got the handball to Witts, who just jams it on the boot. And it's cut off early by Dawson. So Brandon Ellis, pretty lazy kick if I'm being honest. So now Dawson in short, dangerous kick. Got met hard there, led. In Ainsworth, got the worst of it. Gets up very slowly. Meanwhile, led with the footy goes into the middle of the ground. It's a dangerous kick again. Worrell sat under it. And now the Gold Coast can go back forward here. Humphreys, little handball over the top. Now they work it out wide through to Fiorini. He's got some time, but doesn't have a lot of options. So he just gives a handball on the run to Butterick, who gathers it on the bounce. Weird handball. Just went handballed at the ground for Lukosius. Good little pick up. All the players for the Crows just seem to stop. Lukosius decides to go long now. Gets out the back of King. Keeps on going right out the back and hits the boundary post, the point post. And it's a boundary throw in inside deep the Gold Coast forward 50. Really interesting there. It looks like Borlas almost just stopped in his tracks, just letting Lukosius take the football. So deep inside now the Suns. O'Brien won it down towards Laird. Humphrey happy to just tap it out of his hands and knock it out of bounds. So Gold Coast really dominating the territory early in this game. Witts won it down. Humphrey took it with the one hand. Dawson immediately on his tail. Just got it out. Rao did really well to get the hands free to Miller. Out the back to Anderson. He's usually a good finisher. Noah Anderson. And that's no mistake. Anderson gets on the board and the Gold Coast have the first two. Great start for the Suns. Great hands from Matt Rao to just get the ball out into space. And Noah Anderson, always a classy finisher. Anderson's had a great start as well. He's already had the 7 touches and a goal on the board. If he can add that to his game, getting on the board as well, Noah Anderson, he's in for a big year. So back in the middle once again. Not a best bounce from the umpire. He's got to call that back, yeah. So just over 12.5 minutes in this first quarter. Gold Coast have the first two. There's been a lot on the weather forecast. There has been mentioned that there's going to be a bit of wet weather going through this game. So if you get an early start, it could mean a lot going forward. Rankin, though, with the clearance, gets it inside the forward 50. Did well at the back there. Pedler to pick it up. He dribbles one towards the top of the goal square. Keys tapped it away, but Tony Miller there. The handball out wide, probably not the best direction. Rankin just went to ground. Umpire's not giving him any kind of reprieve there. And Rankin's going to be holding the ball. And now he's giving away 50, Isaac Rankin. Definitely not the best start against his former side. He just slid on the ground there, Rankin. Probably should have got a high one. It usually is paid. Umpire usually gives him the reprieve, but then gave no effort to get rid of it. Now Casbolt gets it inside the forward 50. Keys couldn't mark. In front there was Flanders. Couldn't bring it with him. Dawson just got the handball away, and now Holman dragged down. It'll be another stoppage. I thought it was pretty unlucky. I thought Rankin was going to get the free there, but I mean, I guess he did. I mean, he fell to the ground, but I mean, it's not like he went down deliberately, in my opinion, anyway. Nonetheless, from the tap down, Flanders gets it out the back. Crouch just got rid of it. Now Ellis, Flanders, working through hands to Anderson. And now from 50, Sexton, new position, but he just misses. That would have been a really big start for the Suns. Alex Sexton looked like he drilled it, but just hit the post. Halfway up, mind you, from 50. Great effort. Just hit the post. The Gold Coast, the Crows rather, really got to stem the bleeding here. So Hinge goes in short. He finds Worrell. He's got Hinge running. That's what he gives to now. Great year from him last year. He goes long. One-on-one here is Pedal with Hewland. It gets out the back of him. Swallow just gets it on the boot, but he's turned it right back over to Smith. Inside now to Crouch. They want the running, but they just can't get it off there, Crouch. Got a couple of options in the middle of the ground. And one of them is Murphy, but looks like he's trying to keep it on that outer side. Crouch goes long. Dawson got a hand to it. Runs away from him and Fiorini. Scholl sees it over the line. So currently around the ground, Geelong lead it by 18 points against the Saints. I think it's late in the second term. Yeah, about 15 minutes gone so midway through the second term rather. Back in the ruck though, the coach just won it down, but Rankin gets the clearance. Long inside the forward 50 to ground there. Pedler couldn't bring it down. And then running away there is Ballard. Sends a 70-metre torpedo down towards the forward 50. Borlase gets there first though. Kick on the wing is nice and he finds Lockie Scholl. So a little bit of a highlight there from Ballard. That was a good 70-metre torpedo from one defensive 50 almost inside the forward 50. But at least he got it out of the danger zone for the moment. Now Scholl. Long high ball towards 50. Spoiled away there from the Gold Coast defender. Barry sat under it for a moment. Anderson, good tackle. Almost threw that out there, Barry. Got a bit lucky. Fiorini back to Swallow. Kick down the wing. Good mark there from Michael Annie. Just sat under it. Took a good mark there. If it got out the back, Roses was away. So Michael Annie out wide to Scholl. Just goes inside to Hinge. So now Hinge. Oh, absolute floater inside the forward 50. Bit of a chaos ball though. The coach just couldn't read it. Rankin went to ground. Flanders got it to Powell. Step past Murphy. And then the kick was terrible. Cut off here by the Crows. Big chance. Worrell fumbled a little bit. Got it back to Murphy. In fact, it's Jones. Short little kick cut off ball there by Sexton. Lands in the hands of Key. Snaps towards goal. And against the run of play, the Crows are on the board. First goal of 2024 goes to Ben Keys. Great work there from Ben Keys just to jam it on the boot, get a quick little snap at goal, and that's really what they needed, the Crows, just to stem the bleeding a little bit because the Gold Coast had so much territory and so much time forward. So back in the ruck now. Looks like Burgess taking the ruck roll here, but got beaten convincingly there by Witts. Got it on the boot towards centre half forward. Going up high there. Free kick's going to be given away. It's going to go to the Crows. And it will go to Worrell. Goes in short, finds Miller. Had a good year last year, Wayne Miller. Low ball out wide to Ben Keys on the lead. Got a fair shove in the back. And he's going to get 50 for that. So the Crows here have a big chance to get 2 in a row pretty quickly. Well, that's a generous 50. My God, that was on just defensive side of half, really on about 20 metres defensive side of the wing. Meanwhile, it goes long to Burgess, couldn't bring it down. Lands in the hands of Rochelle. Rankin gets hit, boots the ball, got smothered immediately. And now the Gold Coast can settle a little. Fiorini to Powell outside the defensive 50 was a really good kick, and he hit up Levi Casbolt on the lead. So at half back right now is Casbolt. Really good acquisition Casbolt was in the last few years. Been really good up forward. Really given him an option, especially when Ben King wasn't there a couple of years ago. Now Sexton. Kick towards Miller was a pretty terrible one. Miller read it like a book. And he wants to give off the handball, but he just didn't have an option. So now he just gets a little bit of a run towards half forward, and he turns it over to Power. So now Power with a really wonky kick out wide towards Fiorini. Couldn't bring it down. Scholl fighting hard with Fiorini. Berry sits him on top of it with Hinge. Did really well to get it at the back. Now Crouch off to Rochelle. Low ball inside the forward 50. Terrible kick towards, I think it was Burgess. And it gets out the back now. Good smother there. In fact, it was Gallant. And then a low kick out wide there. Did well there, the Suns. Flanders looking for an option. He eventually just decides to go long to a one-on-one. Casbolt did well to bring it to ground. He can gather his own little tap down there, Casbolt. Did well. Handball out to Berry, to Rowell. He's got Crouch running on his hammer, and he got him. Good tackle there from Crouch. Didn't get rewarded though, but the Crows have the footy. Hinge off to Rochelle. Inside kick looked nice. He found Ben Keys. So Keys in the middle of the ground has a huge space to kick into. He goes out wide. Ellis going back with the flight bird. Just couldn't bring it down. He gets onto it. Hewlin tackled him without the footy. Murphy going hard here with Holman. Two tough nuts. Holman drags and sits on top of him. Now he's going to get pinned for in the back. He does. So Murphy gets a little bit lucky there. Oh, he got a fair whack to the face there, Holman. He's spitting out a lot of blood. He's not too impressed here. Yeah, he's got a lot of blood coming out of his mouth here. It may be a... Oh, Damien Hardwick was not pleasant by that decision. I think the translation, for anyone wondering, if they're just watching the game and just heard what he said, he just said, piss off in a very loud voice. Low kick inside the forward 50 there from Murphy. He almost cut off there by Powell. Gets out the back, Gallant. Dragged it in there. Could be a bit in trouble. No, umpire's more than happy to call for the ball. So Gallant and Burgess into team tonight in replacement for Taylor Walker, who's out for the first week with back spasms. Thumped out of there from the ruck contest was Whitberry. Got a high one there from Murphy. Just got the ball out. The umpire now gives him the free kick. So just under 7 minutes to go in this first quarter. Gold Coast dominated a lot of it, but the Crows got the last goal, and they've got the territory for the last few minutes. So now Berry goes long. Down the wing, up went O'Brien. Good mark. Think he's in for a big year, this guy. Short kick was not very good, but they did well there, Crouch. He gets the 1-2 there with Laird. Now Millerer kicks it on the boot inside the forward 50. 1-on-1. Here's Burgess. Good work there from Hewlin to bring it to ground. And now Collins. Right, good 30-metre handball there finds Miller. They've got some time here working through hands here. The Suns about to get dragged down though is Humphrey. Hinge didn't get a free kick though. Flanders sockers it forward. It's all the Crows though. Butts out the back to Worrell. They're a bit under pressure here, the Crows. Butts just gets it back on the boot. Bounces towards the wing, almost in the centre square. Sexton read it first. Collins and now Rao. Working it through hands now to Hewland. Low ball at half forward is a good kick and he found Flanders all on his own. 2 for 8 to score here, Sam Flanders. He's got Ellis running shotgun, which he goes to now. A little 20-metre dart to him, right on 50. Brendan Ellis, the man on the mark is on 50. This is a long kick. It is pretty early in the game, so maybe with the tank that he's got, he may be able to make the distance here. But this is a long, long kick. So the rain's starting to come down there as well at Gold Coast Stadium. I don't know what it's called now. I think it's called People's First or something. I'll have to look it up, but I don't really care. I'm going to be honest with you what the stadium's called. I'm just going to call it Gold Coast Stadium. Anyway. So Brendan Ellis comes in. The rain starts to really pour down. He sends a high ball towards the top of the goal square now. Thumped away there from O'Brien. Who gets there first? It's Fiorini. Now to Berry. He kicks it back to the top of the goal square. Ainsworth sits under it. So does King. 1-2. Couldn't bring it down though. Scholl try to get the handle off the Crouch. Ainsworth fighting hard with it. Tucked up in the left forward pocket at the back to Flanders. He's looking for an option. Kicks a high ball towards goal. It's coming close. It gets out the back to Casbolt. Landed on his knee, I think. And it's rolled through for the goal, but I think it hit his knee. He didn't look impressed. He's walking away. He doesn't think it's a goal, but the umpire's going to review it. How you doing, AFL Derby? What are you up to tonight? It's really pouring down rain. It only came in a few moments ago, but it's just started bucketing down here in the Gold Coast. Yeah, it's hit his knee, so it's just a behind. So, nearly got a lucky goal there, the Suns. The Crows defenders just overran the football. Just had a chill day. That's good, man. Outside the defensive 50 come the Crows. Witts almost took a one-handed mark. It runs towards Rankin. He gets out the handball nicely to Jones, who Collins just dragged him down, by the way. Always a tough player, Sam Collins. And he just bumps another Crows player for good measure. So back in the ruck once again. O'Brien won it down. Rouse just couldn't gather it. Crouch got the hands free to Hinge. He gets it on the boot quickly. Tumbling ball towards half forward. It gets out the back of everyone but Powell. He's got some time. Really smooth mover, Will Powell. Kicks it down the wing. O'Brien couldn't gather it, but did pretty well to bring it to ground to Crouch. Ball gets the butts the 1-2 with Crouch, and unfortunately for Casbolt, hasn't had the best few minutes, Levi Casbolt. It just came off his boot on the full. So this is a different game now. The first few moments of this game, the first 15-20 minutes, were pretty dry weather, I'm going to be honest, but now it's just bucketing down. So it's with a humid sort of weather you'd expect from the Gold Coast in the spring-autumn weather. So it's going to be warm and it's going to be really wet. Nonetheless, kick inside the forward 50 there from Keys was nice. He found Burgess, who goes long and high. One-on-one. More defenders get there for the Suns. Berry getting back did really well to get the spoil away and out of bounds inside the forward pocket here for the Crows. So bucketing down at the moment. Gold Coast lead it by 8 points. Just under 4 minutes to go in this first quarter. Both ruckmen miss it. Keys coming through, held without it. Looking for the free kick as well. There was Fogarty. Got the kick away out of the mid-air. There was Sexton. That probably went 15, but wasn't paid though. Now Berry in the back 50. Kick out. Good pass there to Lukosius. Just couldn't mark it in the end. Trickling forward there. Humphreys couldn't gather it. Came off the back of his foot. Ricocheted nicely to Smith, who gets a high ball back inside that forward 50. Thumped away though. Rao. These are the conditions for this guy. Flanders got pumped as he kicked it. So he misses Fiorini. And then he overran it, Fiorini. Scholl giving it back towards Laird. Tight angle here for Roy Laird, but he just hooked it a little bit too much and it's through for a point. So Ellis short to Sexton. He goes to Rowell now. Just sat under it nicely. Took a good mark. He wants to give it and go. So now Ellis. Long towards half forward. O'Brien getting back. Ballways did want to smack it away there from Casbolt. Casbolt able to tap it forward a good 20 metres. Running hard here is Worrell. Handball at the back to Scholl. Dangerous. Berry drags him down. Got the handball away just. And the umpire calls for deliberate. Ooh. Great. I don't know about that decision. I mean, I'll give him... I think the umpire just wanted to play holding the ball. I'm going to be honest. But anyway. Good tackle there from Berry. Great defensive pressure. Scholl just had to get rid of it. He just had to kick it long. But nonetheless, Tom Berry, a chance here to give the Gold Coast a 13-point lead going close to quarter time. So tucked up in the right forward pocket. Doesn't want to go around the body. Goes with a little check side kick. If you don't mind, Tom Berry. Good finish there from Berry. Tucked up in the pocket. And he nails the goal there. Around the grounds, by the way, guys, Geelong lead it by 20 points, 43-23 over the Saints. So 2.5 minutes to go in this first quarter. Berry's had a really good first term. He's had 9 disposals, and he's now got a goal to his name. Witts won it down. Berry fighting hard there. Anderson got mad hard. Now Laird having to drag him down. In fact, it's Matty Rao. Just over 2 minutes to go in this first quarter. O'Brien, a little tap. Just got the ball out somehow. Hinge couldn't get there. Suns fighting hard. Ainsworth dragged down there by Worrell. Didn't get rid of it. Should be a bit in trouble here, Ainsworth. And he sits there for a very long time, the umpire. Ponders and then gives him holding the ball. So Worrell now. in the defensive 50. Really good tackle there to get the free kick. Works the ball out wide. Dangerous kick. Scholl couldn't bring it down. Gets out the back to Collins, who just gets it on the boot. Good 40-metre kick towards Casbolt. He did really well to drag it in somehow. Got a little kick away. And then Anderson happy to tap it out of bounds. So tough conditions for the rest of this game, it looks like. So umpire throws it up. Whitsley looks that down. Rao fighting hard. Dawson had his jumper held. Wasn't paid. He socketed it away to Rankin, who threw that out. Should have been paid. Dawson, a little quick hands to Smith. Just gets it on the boot towards half forward. Collins tracking it, but couldn't bring it in. Burgess, good little pick up. Gives it back to Laird. Usually pretty good ball user, Rory Laird, inside the forward 50 to Keys. Couldn't bring it down. Powell just shrugs away there. Rochelle pushes him away pretty easily. And then the kick outside the defensive 50 was pretty nice as well. So now Humphrey. Long kick out wide towards Casbolt and Witts. Casbolt happy to bring it down. Miller let go of it, but he's been taken out of bounds. So 50 seconds to go in this first quarter. Suns have been the dominant team of it. Taps it down there, Witts. Rankin just got rid of it somehow. Berry ducked out of one tackle, then Rowd's not going to let him go. Should have been rewarded, wasn't paid. Rankin, he's run a bit far. He just got rid of it in time. Gets to the high ball inside the forward 50. Late chance here for the Crows. Let it go there, Ballard out the back. Keys throws a boot at it, couldn't get rid of it. Now Ellis taps it away. Crows have the numbers. Burgess gets it on the boot. High ball towards goal. Goes across the face and out on the full. So just about 20 seconds to go. Probably the Crows are the only team to be able to score here. But Ainsworth goes long. 3-on-1 in the Crows' favour. Dawson brings it to ground. And happy to see it over there. It's 13 seconds left. Absolutely bucketing down in the Gold Coast tonight. I'm sitting here in Adelaide, so I'm pretty good. Throws it in, gets at the back of the ruck contest. Smith couldn't gather it. Anderson gets its boot to ball. Towards half forward, gets out the back of Casbolt. Butt sits under it. Fumbled a little bit. Ball lays. Takes the contact from Lukosius. Just got rid of it. And Jones couldn't get rid of it. And it is quarter time. I don't believe the umpire blew the whistle for a free kick. He didn't. So tough conditions. Tough game of footy so far up in the Gold Coast. But the Suns do lead 3-2-20 to the Crows, 1-1-7. Alright, let's take a look at the stats, eh? So, at quarter time, guys, we have... Hang on. Let's have a look. So, at quarter time, guys, we have Tom Berry leading all comers for the AFL Fantasy Watchers with 43 points. He's had a massive first quarter. He's had 2 tackles, 1 mark, 9 disposals and a goal. Noah Anderson's been good as well with the 1 goal, 9 touches. Crow's probably best so far is Rory Laird. He's got the 8 touches. Brendan Ellis with 34. Fiorini with the 32. Brodie Smith with the 30. Will Powell with the 30 as well. And then, 29 to Jared Witts. He's probably been the better ruckman so far, but nonetheless, I think both have been pretty good so far as well. Oh, my freaking neck. Oh, anyone hear that? Oh, what's the score in the other game, by the way? In the second term... Go. Okay. Yeah, half-time, guys. The Geelong Cats lead by 13 points over the Saints. They lead 6-7-43 to the Saints, 4-6-30. I think not the Cats, the Saints kicked the last 2 goals of the quarter. No, they didn't. Has he got 3 goals, Oliver Dempsey? What the hell? How? Jesus, he had a good quarter. a good game so far. 8. He's had 3 goals. I thought he plays like as a midfielder. That's weird. Good on him, I guess. Magic, you say? Shut up, bro. Hey, Blaze, how you doing? What are you up to tonight? I hate this Coles advert. Don't act like you give a fuck about the Australian public, you dogs. Anyway, sorry. No one cares. Fuck off. What is everyone else up to tonight, eh? Bloody old Clark. Why did I get him anyway? That's so dumb of me. Oh, split nose. You'll pay me to do what, bro? What are you on about? Hey, please shout out this comment. I think you're a bot, bro. I'm gonna be honest. So, players moving back to position, guys. Siren does go. And it looks like the second quarter is about to get underway. So, from the top down. Crows get the clearance, but the Suns get it away. Ellis got met hard. Probably got it in the back. Wasn't paid, though, and it'll be a stoppage. Heavens have opened at the Gold Coast. O'Brien won it down. Anderson trying to gather it. Probably got thrown away. Wasn't paid. Jones got the clearance. Fiorini met hard there by Murphy. So half time in the other game, by the way, guys. Cats lead it by 13 points at the half against the Saints. I don't know what you're talking about, man. Tell me what you want me to shout out. O'Brien span out of trouble, then let it go. Berry got tackled well there by Powell. From the ruck contest, O'Brien just let it go. Socketed it away inside the forward 50. Powell running there with Hewland and Rochelle. Neither of them could gather it. Scholl, good clean hands. Gets dragged down again. So it's a lot of this game now is probably going to be consisting of a lot of stoppages. Won it down there, O'Brien. Miller got the handball away. Berry did really well to get rid of one. Now Dawson on the left boot. Snapping ball inside the forward 50. Got kicked away. Crouch almost marked that. Holman, good tackle on him. Now Powell got tackled right there by Berry. Just got the hands free to Flanders. And now Sexton just gets it out of the defensive 50 for the moment. King was held. They should get a free kick, and he does. Oh, in fact, it's Casbolt. So now Casbolt goes for a bit of a gallop and then goes along. Wasn't a very good kick, though. Cut off easily there by Michaelani. So Michaelani down half back. Long ball out wide. Not the best looking kick. I don't know what you want me to shout out, bro. What, you? People can see your name, dude. I don't know what you want, man. So back in the ruck now. Anderson gets the clearance forward. Spoiled away there from Casbolt. Ainsworth did really well. Got the handball out wide to Ellis. He breaks 45. Snaps on goal. The bounce will matter, and he bounces straight into the post. Just wasn't going to get the bounce in these conditions. So the Crows get outside the defensive 50. Witt smacks it down, but Berry read it well. Step past Anderson pretty nicely. Now goes long. Inside the forward 50. Rankin sits under it for the moment. Gets spoiled away. And now Rochelle. Got met hard by Miller. Drags him down. He loves these sort of conditions, Miller. Got met hard there. Anderson probably got a high one, though, and he'll get the free. So a free kick to Noah Anderson in the back 50. Had a really good first term. Probably best with Tom Berry so far. So gets the 1-2 here, Anderson. Long ball on the outer wing to a 2-on-2. O'Brien missed the mark. Humphrey tried to break past one. Gave a little stiff on Michaelani, but he wasn't getting past the second tackle. And a free kick away to the Crows. So Matt Crouch will have the free. So a long kick towards Burgess. Couldn't bring it down. Ballard tried to go off the ground. Couldn't do so. Rankin, good tackle on Powell. Tries to get rid of it. Powell, oh, that should have been holding the ball. Wasn't paid, though. Burgess to O'Brien. Don't know about these two being the distributors, and then the umpire calls for it. So the umpire throws it up now. Pretty poor decision there from the umpire. Witts run it down. Miller just pushed Dawson aside and gets the handball, rocketing forward, good 20 metres. Now Michaelani got dragged down by Holman. Humphrey did well, Flanders. Fiorini, they're working through hands, and now Miller kicks it out wide. It's a pretty tough kick, and Holman did well. But Crouch did really well to knock that out of bounds. So early second term, Gold Coast lead by 14 points. So Miller gets the handball out nicely to Anderson. Jammed on the boot quickly there from Fiorini inside that forward 50. Ainsworth got fists to the ball, but it gets out the back to Butts. Jones got away from King a little bit too easily there. And now Scholl out wide the kick. Flanders almost marked it in the air. Did well though to get it out to Fiorini with the hands. And Fiorini's kick was absolutely shocking. Almost missed his boot, I believe, and he kicked it on the fall. He's had a pretty good start to this game, Braden Fiorini, but that kick was pretty dreadful, I'm going to be honest with you. So Hinge in short. He finds Scholl. He's had a pretty good start, Lockie Scholl as well. So he goes long down the wing. Pack of players form. Euland went up with the fist and completely missed it. Fresh air swing. Flinders out the back. Kick down towards half forward there. Fiorini just couldn't bring it down. Rankin out to Michael. Got dragged down well there by Holman. Just got a kick to it. Now Humphrey weaving through the traffic out to Euland on the wing. Rochelle about to meet him. Just handballed it forward. Went to Rankin like he was his old teammate. Couldn't gather it though, Rankin. Power fighting hard. Holman gets the boots of ball somehow. Now Powell looking for the handball. He found it in Holman. Sends the ball up the chimney. Sat under it there for a moment. Ball A's now. Crasbolt trying to look for a handball. Should have been pinned for that. He wasn't. I don't know how. Fogarty tried to get boots of ball and now Crouch. Out wide to Shoal. Scrubby game of football at the moment. Michael now out towards the wing. Witts couldn't mark it. Berry meets him hard. Tapped it through his legs. It looks like the umpire's paid a free. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he's paid a free kick against Jared Witts. He threw it in between his legs like it was tunnel ball. A free kick will go to the Crows. Yeah, you can't do that. So the Crows now. Long ball. Ballard fists it away. Dawson got the hands free. Got spun the good 360. Just got the handball away to Shoal. But the kick at half back's been taken well there by Alex Sexton. Dangerous kick in the middle of the ground, but it opens up the field now. Anderson straight away gives it off to Miller. He kicks it inside the forward 50. It's a pretty nice option. And he finds Ben Ainsworth. That's a great kick. Great work there from the Suns. You love the channel? Cheers, man. Ainsworth's looking dangerous so far. It was a really dangerous kick inside the middle of the ground there, Sexton. But it was a really good kick. Found Anderson. Then they got it inside the forward 50, and that's all she wrote. So he's already kicked one, Ben Ainsworth. He's always had his troubles with his set shot goal kicking, but he started well tonight. Ainsworth comes in for goal 1-0-0. Ainsworth drills it. Suns get their 4th goal of the game, first of the second term, and Ainsworth has his 100th goal of his career. So we're back in the middle once again. Witts wins it down. Crouch did really well to get the clean hands on that one to Laird. Swung a handball across his shoulder to Dawson, who kicks it out towards the wing, but Fiorini takes the mark. He's had a really good game so far, Fiorini. He goes in short to Swallow. In short, nice little lead there from Holman. The ragged dog that he is, and I mean that in every kind way possible. Kicks it inside the forward 50. Casamol couldn't mark. Berry held without it for the moment. Rao gets handball at the back to Flanders. Short little kick to the pocket was nice. And Malcolm Roses takes the mark. The Gold Coast look good so far. So Roses has been pretty quiet so far in this game. I think it's actually his first touch, if I'm being honest with you. So Roses comes in for their 3rd straight goal here, the Suns. Nice straight run up, kick towards goal, holds to the right and hits the post. So that's 2 posters from the Suns. They could have a bigger lead than this, and to be honest, I think they deserve it. So Luke Pedler's coming back onto the ground after having to get his nose stitched up, I believe. Oh yeah, he's got a fair stitching there. So long kick out towards the wing. Collins just couldn't mark it. Rankin gets the ball forward, but the Suns have the numbers here. Rao gets off the handball to Flanders, and Flanders' short little kick finds Witts. They just look a lot cleaner on the ball at the moment, the Suns. The ball is a little bit dry at the moment. Oh, as I say, they're looking a lot cleaner. His kick is absolutely dreadful there from Crouch. Handball forward 20 metres to absolutely no one in particular. Bit of a brain fade, if I'm being honest. And now Sexton sends a high ball towards the 50. Murphy went back with the flight but left the ball behind. Now Butts couldn't get an effective handball away. Hinge sat on top of it there with Casbolt. Rose is fighting for the football. Laird did well. Michaelani and now Butts. Gets it on the boot quickly out towards that outer wing once again. Fogarty sat under it, couldn't bring it down. Wits overran it, now Fogarty has the football. Sends the ball long inside the forward 50. Keys couldn't get there. Swallow went to ground and then the ball runs out of bounds. So the Crows have a little bit of territory here. They need to get the ball forward here and to be honest, they need a goal. Ben Keys looks like he's playing as like the deepest forward at the moment. Don't mind that option if I'm being honest. I think I've said I'm being honest about 6 times in the past 10 minutes. Sorry, guys, nonetheless. Anyway, Shoal tackled well there by Berry. And umpire calls for it again. O'Brien will tap down Miller to Flanders. He's got a handball option. Just couldn't get away. So then met hard there by Laird. Got the handball back there from Ainsworth. Flanders left foot ball. Well done there from Berry. Just to thump it forward. Get to meterage. Casbolt kind of negates that, going back the other way, and then Humphrey happy to just see that out of bounds. So pretty much true centre wing on the Gold Coast. Tap out the back, Flanders just couldn't gather it cleanly. Just threw a boot at it there. Couldn't bring it with him. So now Butterick tried to get rid of the football. Keys held him up. Let the ball go, and the Crows will finally get their decision that they wanted. So now Keys takes his full measure and goes long with the kick. Inside that forward 50, up and hard there was Ballard. Held without it for the moment. Now the Gold Coast clear it. Onto the wing. Tapped nicely to Humphrey. He saw the numbers out wide and then King got in the way. Butts gets it off the ground. They do well here, the Crows. Inside kick was nice. Alright, can you... Whatever. So the kick long inside that forward 50. Up goes Hewlin. Did really well. And now they get it out wide here to Suns. So he goes in short. Now Swallow takes a tough mark against Michaelani. So the Gold Coast currently lead it by 21 points. So now Swallow, long kick. Sat under it there. Dawson got 2 hands to it. Tough conditions to mark though. Now King just missed the handball to Anderson. Has Flanders with a little give. And he does nicely. Flanders goes out wide to the running Sexton. Met hard there by Gallant. Threw that away. Now Anderson. 1-2. Nice play there from the Suns. He's got a couple of options inside the forward 59 Anderson. Got it smothered though. Coming hard there was Dawson. Dragged down there by Roses. Let it go. Play onto the call. Rao gets tackled well there by Laird. The umpire calls for it on the 50. So from the tap down, Rose has got met hard there by Michaelani. Still trying to fight the ball out of there. Rao always in and under. Rankin, good tackle there on Lukosius. And the umpire calls for it now. So Lukosius couldn't get rid of it. Dawson with the clearance inside the middle of the ground. Bouncing away. Free kick's been ripped out here. It's going to go to... It's going to go to the Suns here, this free kick. So it's a free kick where it was once kicked. That's weird. So Swallow gets the free kick. So Swallow goes long. King's the option. Brought it to ground nicely. Humphrey taps it to his advantage. Then taps it towards Roses. Makes it his problem. Got met hard there by Hinge. Worrell just got the handball away to Hinge. Michael Annie couldn't grab it cleanly. They're under pressure here, the Crows. Well done there from Scholl. That was really smart to soccer it out towards Millerer. And now the Crows can clear. Long ball outside the defensive 50. Lukosius has gone back for the moment. Maybe to shore up their defence. Now Fogarty. Fogarty down to Laird and Burgess. They have no one forward at the moment, the Crows. They just have to tread water a little. And now Shaw kick to Scholl. Hinge inside. He had Worrell riding shotgun. He decides not to go there. Decides to go longer. Pedler! Good mark! Just bodied Hewland under the football and took a really nice grab in the conditions. So Luke Pedler comes in. Chance to get the Crows right back in the game. Comes off the side of his boot. And he's through for a point. So a long kick outside the defensive 50 here for the Gold Coast. Sat under it there was Casbolt, couldn't bring it down. Jones, quick little handball to Smith. It's going to be typed up against the line, but he's just dropped it there, Rochelle. Six and a half minutes to go in this second term. Gold Coast lead it by 20 points. They got the only goal of it. Tough conditions on the Gold Coast tonight. Tap down there from Burgess. Came through pretty cleanly. There's Jones. Just left the ball behind. Rao got tackled hard, but then got pushed in the back. Tough player, Matt Rao. Kicks a low ball towards Ellis, who takes the mark on the wing. In fact, I think it's actually I think it's Ellis. It's not Ellis. It's a Fiorini. Kicks it long down towards the wing. Crow's able to get it out of there, but Rao happy to just slap it forward. Rochelle got a handball away. Hinge just taps it to Boulays. Crouch, and now Millerer. Got it on the boot. Somehow found a teammate, Berry. Thought he was going to receive some contact. Just couldn't take the mark, and then he's given away his free kick. So Jones and Holman on a little bit of a wrestle on the wing. Meanwhile, back on the play, Anderson couldn't take the mark and then tried to get it forward. Miller sat under it pretty nicely. And he wants to go. Inside kick to Rochelle. They've got some space here, the Crows, but he's quickly got shut down. Got away from Flanders pretty easily. And now, short little handball. Smith towards centre half forward. Going in hard. There was Keys. Couldn't bring it down though. Berry to Rao. Now they can work through hands here, the Suns. Anderson. Got a quick handball to Flanders, who has a bit of space. Kicks it inside the forward 50. Not the best kick. Should be a free kick there for the Crows, and it is. So Worrell gets the free kick. So a wide kick there to Michael Annie. Just missed him, and Ellis has scored it out of bounds. So just under 5 minutes in this second term. Gold Coast led it by 20 points. Tough conditions. So 20 points feels like a little bit more than that. But the Crows, if they could just get one more goal before half-time, I think they're right back in it. They're back in the ruck. Lukosius and Burgess, neither of them could win it. Burgess got a quick tap away, though. Now Rao sends it up the chimney once again. Oh, I got bit hard there. It was Michael Annie. So back at the game, there's a little bit of a wrestle there after that free kick given away. Burgess couldn't take the mark on the wing. Dawson's handball a little bit ill-directed and it gets run out of bounds. It's back in the ruck. Burgess taps it down, slaps it away there. Anderson towards Miller. Couldn't bring it with him. Hinge just let it go a little bit there. Dawson fighting hard. Scholl couldn't get it. Now Rao slung down. Good tackle there from Dawson. Looks like he may have been pinholed the ball here. Bit of a late call there from the umpire. So Dawson gets the free kick at half back. High ball towards the wing. Fogarty went up a bit early. Rankin running through. Just left the ball behind. Collins just fisted forward and actually found a teammate. Brilliantly done. The kick, though, wasn't the best, and Dawson should have marked it. Berry fighting hard. Miller gets it off to Worrell. Dangerous handball to Berry, who gets met hard. Good tackle there from Ellis. True centre wing out of side. 3.5 minutes to play. Burgess won it down. Flanders got the handball away to Miller. He's got some space. Took Miller. Sends the ball inside the forward 50. Jared Witt sits there with Casbolt. They almost ran into each other. Ball A's. Happy to tap it towards the boundary line. It did really well. But inside the Gold Coast forward 50, if they can get another one in the Suns, it's going to make it really difficult for the Crows going into the halftime break. Being 26 points down, it would be a pretty significant lead with the conditions. 20 points is still pretty manageable for the Crows, though. Witt thumps it away towards Flanders, couldn't get to it. And the players see it out of bounds again. Just over 3 minutes to go in this first half. Currently in the other game, by the way, guys, Geelong lead it by 15 points in the third term. A little bit of a push and shove around the ground today. Scholl let it go. Burgess got rid of it. Michael looking for the high one. And Berry, good tackle. It's getting a little bit rough around the clinches here. Rose is pushing and shoving here. Worrell getting a few bumps. Could boil over at half time. Berry just got the ball, just couldn't get rid of it. Jones put boot to ball in midair. Witts grabbed it but then left the ball behind. Berry try to get rid of Shelley. Miller fighting hard. Good tackle there on Berry. Trickles out towards Ellis, who tried to get it out to the space. Fighting hard there is Ballard. Probably got a high one there from Rochelle. Umpire circles and it's another stoppage. 2.5 minutes to play, second turn. Witts just got the hand to it. Millereth almost threw that away. Everyone's standing around and Matt Rouse should get the free. And they get into him, the Suns. So Matt Rouse going to get the free kick. This is probably the one thing that Matt Rouse doesn't have to his game so far. If he can bring a 15, 20 goal season to this year, the Suns will make finals. And now it's going to be confirmed. The Gold Coast get the 50-metre penalty. And the Crows, a little bit undisciplined there. It wasn't 100% he's going to kick that goal. If anything, I think it was 50-50. So Matt Rao will add a goal to his tally right now. And Rao comes in, puts a dagger to the Crows' heart in the first half. That's a big goal for the Suns. That's a huge goal. Yeah, it was for a throw. I don't know what Dermot's looking at. It was obviously a throw. And then the 50 is given away because... Oh. That's from a senior player. What is Brodie Smith doing? "13 touches in the first half, Matt Rouse. Had a really good first half. And he's kicked the goal as well now. 26-point lead to the Suns. Suns just got a little bit of niggly and they did really well and they got the 50. They got the 50 in the goal. Back at the stoppage, Miller, great hands. Gave it off to Anderson inside that forward 50. Going back with the flight was Michael Annie, left it behind. Roses wouldn't mind tackling him at the moment. At the back now, Hinge, and now Ball A's gets boots of ball, sitting under it there. Was Barry, who took a good mark. Maybe a late one here for the Crows. So now Barry. Wide ball, Powell went for it and then got pushed in the back. So a free kick go to the Suns. A little bit of frustration, I would say, there from Fogarty. Just hasn't been anywhere near it so far. So a free kick goes to the Suns. They go with a long kick towards Lukosius. He brought it down, but now Dawson running a bit of an arc and then sends the ball back to the wing where once it came. Crows with a chance here. Rochelle, good hands, found Jones. He can go long with the kick, but it's all Gold Coast. That's a shocking kick, to be honest, and Collins cuts it off. Short kick to Fiorini. He's going to be met well there by Rankin. They've got a chance here, the Crows. Collins, good hands, though, to Fiorini. He's got some time. Gets on his trusty left boot. High ball, good kick. Free kick will go here to Ballard. So now the Suns go long. 40 seconds to go. Wits went up. Got two hands to it. Probably should have marked it. Miller broke away from Ainsworth. Did really well. He sends a high ball out towards the wing again. Collins trying to slap it away. Then thumps it a good 30 metres. Oh, Wits just puts Jones to the ground. And now Ainsworth puts a... Good tackle there on Riley O'Brien. It's a stoppage. Still a bit of time here for both sides late. Tap down there towards Miller. He got a handball towards the wing. Good play there from Jones, but good tackle there from Rao. He won't miss any tackles in his career, Matt Rao. Great play, and then happy to have scored over the line as Humphrey. 10 seconds to play in this first half. Gold Coast lead it by 26 points. O'Brien taps it down. Anderson couldn't grab it cleanly. Berry did well. Gives it off to Crouch, who dribbles the ball down towards half forward. Kept it in bounds there was Powell. Step past one, and then Battier dragged down, got the kick away towards the wing, and there is your siren. Great play there. Great first half from the Gold Coast Suns. They have been brilliant. Great week last week in their first game under Dimmer Hardwick, and they've matched it in this first half. At halftime, the Suns lead 5-4-34 to the Crows, 1-2-8. Alright guys, we'll be back in about 20 minutes with the second half. G'day guys, welcome back. New episode of the Boundary Riders podcast, episode 54. I've been roasted on TikTok, but we have a lot more important stuff to talk about today. Of course, we did finish opening round, which we'll talk about a little bit. We've also got some news about some AFL 23 news, which is amazing that it's actually going to be getting an update. We'll be talking a little bit about some injury news, some reports coming out over the past week or so. And in world sport, we've got a big breakdown of the Premier League. So let's get straight into it. And then Rankin from the pocket. Don't tell me, Isaac Rankin!
Yeah.
He's just got the license for a brothel.
Well, I think Gather Round's going to be AFL this next season.
Hill gets at the handle at the back. Nick Dacos to get the Pies home! He's done it! So guys, as always, got my co-host and my brother with me. Haven't really asked, obviously, your thoughts about opening round. Even though I know you're not a big fan of the concept, how did you feel about the games themselves?
Yeah, I think, well, they were pretty competitive for most of the time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Maybe not the Gold Coast Richmond game.
Maybe the Gold Coast game, yeah.
But I feel like that's the game that was least hyped up, I guess.
Yeah.
Other than, I know Damien Hardwick is obviously
that was
going to
the
be
only
a big change, but
Yeah, that was the only bit about the game that was
somewhat
interesting.
It wouldn't have been that even interesting at all if it wasn't for that.
Yeah,
like
exactly,
somewhat matchup.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously did a review of the round so far, the round that was anyway. So if you guys want to check that out, it's out on the channel now. So we won't be talking too much about the review because this will be coming out on Wednesday. We are recording this on a Monday, so probably a bunch of new information will be dropping. I did enjoy opening round. Obviously, the Swans did go on and win. Yippee. So a good win from us. But of course, we will be going into a little bit of not breaking news, but news that did happen over the weekend. Two big injuries did happen over the games, and one we'll start with is Kitty Coleman. He has been confirmed that he's done his ACL. It's so disappointing, like we've been saying. He was going to be a breakout player for this year for Brisbane. I think that All Australian could have been, really high up there for him. I guess he can come back in 2025, be even better, but as we know, ACLs aren't exactly easy to come back from.
No, and they're very easy to redo.
Yeah.
In a way, and yeah,
We kind of know that, obviously. Well, I mean, with Sam Doherty as well, it's also been confirmed that he's done his ACL. He's a little bit older, though, so there's obviously more concern to that, saying, will he be able to come back and perform to the standard that he needs to at AFL level? So that's really disappointing as well. Jack Bowie as well has been confirmed he's going to miss about 8 or so weeks with an injury after the Swans game. That's going to be... that's another disappointing injury. Quite a few injuries over the first 4 games of the season.
Yeah.
I think the only game that may not have had an injury was the Richmond Gold Coast game. I don't know if there was an injury in that game, to be honest.
No, I don't think there was.
No. How did you feel about the Gold Coast performance? Did you feel like that's...
I thought that's what they were gonna do. I think he said in the review that Richmond just played. You just didn't know where Richmond were going to be, and you just thought that Gold Coast would actually do something. Yeah, the pre-season games they did nothing, but that was pre-season. The first round was expected.
Yeah,
but it was against Richmond, which everyone has in their bottom 4.
Yeah, I agree.
And
with that,
you just think that when they actually come up against a better side, you'll actually see what they're like.
Yeah. Well, they got the Crows in round 1 so this week, so I think that's a big game, big test for them. We'll see how they go there. Was there any team in the week that you thought was a big standout or a big letdown? Do you think there's maybe you pick a big up and big down?
Yeah, well, based on the week, Collingwood aren't going back to back.
GWS Gold Coast Premiership favourites.
Gold Coast the Premiership favourites. But to be honest, I was actually really interested in how the Giants did play though. Even though I did tip it.
Good on you.
Yeah,
we're proud of it. We'll get into that in a minute. The tips
but I was impressed by their performance. That it wasn't all up to Toby Green. It was a lot of last season. That Callum Brown kicked 5 goals, Jesse Hogan, Brett Daniels kicked multiple goals. It wasn't left up to one player.
Yeah.
And
who would say your biggest letdown was over the weekend?
I still believe it was Brisbane because they had such a huge lead.
Yeah.
And they choked again. Yeah. They choked at home when they don't lose at home.
I wouldn't say again.
Sorry, no,
I don't think they do it very often.
Well,
I did not see that coming. We obviously did that for the live stream. At half time, I thought the game was over. I thought, Carlton kicked a couple of late goals, but I was like, Brisbane will be fine here. And they'll just keep on going. And by, 3/4 of the way through the third quarter, Carlton went in front. It was an absolutely huge turnaround in such a short space of time.
Yeah.
Does that give you, obviously you picked Carlton for finishing, top this year, right back at the predictions. Does that give you a more confidence, or do you think that was just a bit of a fluke?
Well, it's hard to say because, yes, Mackay played a brilliant game, but is he going to be able to do that consistently all season?
Yeah, that's a good point.
I think, Kane Corns was saying during the week, half of the week, he's it's good to see him play well, but it was one game.
Yeah,
he's on $1 million a year. For 7 years, it's the norm. He has to do that consistently.
Yeah,
he can't just do it once in a game, kicking straight, taking set shots. It's
if he can consistently they combined for 7 goals, him and Kerner.
Yeah,
I'm not saying they have to do that every week, but if they can combine for 5-6 goals a game, every single game in the season, they will be up there this year, Carlton.
Yeah,
because I do think in the first half though there was a bit of a time where Carlton could not find an avenue to goal. So it's going to be interesting this year how Carlton go forward. How are they going to be able to produce goals if one of them is down?
Yeah, and I think the good thing about them winning was that Jacob Wiedering wasn't there.
So, to be fair though, they were pretty bad in the first half without him. They looked lost.
Yeah, so
I will say that.
They did win. They got the 4 points. But it's going to be interesting that what if they're going to be able to consistently win with him out. Because I think
he'll be back round 3 or 4.
Yeah, so to be honest, I think it's a big loss for them, obviously, and it might be their most important loss, player wise. And if they can bank those wins when he's out, that's good for them.
Yeah,
and it will set them up well for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I think that's very cool. There wasn't too much on the tribunal front or anything like that. I think there was one concern, which was just a fine. So Who really cares? There was a talk of maybe a dangerous tackle going against Bo McQuarrie against Callan Ward when he slammed into the ground on the shoulder. I didn't think there was much in it. I don't know why Game Corns made such a big deal over it. Yeah. It felt like just a tackle that just ended a bit, like, it was just unfortunate that he landed on his shoulder, which caused the injury. I think that was fine. I think that obviously Bo McQuarrie was fine enough to be, given away. I was a little bit surprised though that Lockie Neal and the George Hewitt stuff wasn't cited. I thought when George Hewitt hit him in the throat, I thought that may have been at least a strike, or maybe just a fine at the very least.
So it wasn't anything.
It doesn't. I don't think it was cited in the tribunals or the match review.
Yeah, well,
so I was a bit surprised by that.
Yeah, because last season they did give a couple fines for that sort of hits.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised by that. I thought that at least it would be a fine. Because I thought that I don't think he was diving by any means. No. So I don't think that, but it just seemed like it was a solid enough hit to at least cause a fine. But maybe I don't know things. Who knows? Another interesting story that came out of the week was a bit about Brisbane, about the fact that they will, in the next year or so, potentially have to move their home games for a couple of years away from the Gabba. So, if you don't know, in 2032, the Olympic Games is scheduled to be in Queensland, or Brisbane, in Australia. So, apparently they're going to have to rebuild the Gabba to, one, allow for 70,000 seats, but also they need to make the ground bigger, because it's not big enough to hold a track, so like a running track. So they would have to do that in a couple of years, which means that Brisbane would have to relocate their games. Now, I think it doesn't really exactly say where they would go. I would assume it's just Metricon. Well, it's not even called Metricon anymore. Well, I don't even know what it's called now. I think it's People's Choice or something. Stadium or whatever. But I will be interested to see how the Brisbane Lions would go, because that would be pretty big. I would say. I mean, they've made a pretty big... other than last week, they've made a pretty big fortress up in Queensland.
There was another ground, I can't remember what it's called, but they're thinking of renovating that to get it to 20,000. I can't remember what it's...
So what, they would renovate that to move Brisbane there?
Yeah.
And then move them back?
Yeah.
That's what I feel like I just played a Metricon.
Yeah. Like Gold Coast did when they first started in the AFL, that they had to play their, I think, first 11 matches, or 11 rounds... home games in the Gabba.
Yeah.
Because the Metricon wasn't built then.
Well, surely they would just play it there. I would think so. I mean, if the fact that the South Australian clubs and the WA clubs have to play at the same home ground every week, you'd think it'd just be fair enough to just move Brisbane there for a couple of months. Yeah. Sorry, a couple of years. I do think it is a little bit different, though, the fact that one's the Gold Coast, one's Brisbane. Yeah. It's not like Port Adelaide and Adelaide.
Yeah, but, exactly. So
I do think that's fair enough. I think it will be interesting to see what happens, though. And we've seen, like, in international sport, I obviously think Premier League, like the soccer, some teams just can't deal with the move for a couple of years. I don't think Tottenham did that well when they moved to Wembley for those couple of years while the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium was being built. So we'll see how that goes. I would be very interested to see how Brisbane go this year. Sorry, in the few years when they have to move. Yeah. I mean, it's basically inevitable. I'm pretty sure they have confirmed that the 2032 Olympics is going to be held in Brisbane. So it's obviously going to happen. So I'll be interested to see how Brisbane go, that fact. Moving on into a bit of AFL 23 news. Now, you may have forgotten this game existed, but AFL released a video game last year called AFL 23. Now, I thought they were just going to leave it to die. I was very surprised they were even calling they were going to make an update for it, to be honest. If you don't know, AFL 23, it released in May last year, I believe. Released absolutely terribly. The game could not function, and it's not even that good now. So it's pretty dismal state, to be honest. But there is news now that Big Ant, the studio who's running AFL 23, are planning to make a bunch of updates going into 2024, which I wanted to cover. So, on March the 19th, so basically in about a week or so, the gameplay and season fixture update will include a grammetry of players attending the draft at Marvel Stadium. I don't really know what that means. I feel like that's just I don't even know what that means, to be honest. I think that means that the draftee. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So that's got nothing to do with the game, I don't think. I think that's just going to be that all the drafted players are going to go get their photos done and shit for the game.
Yeah.
So I don't even know why that's in there. Why does that matter? Like, it'd be good. Like, they're going to have, like, their photos done and they're going to look realistic in game, but I don't feel that has to be on the roadmap for 2024.
Yeah.
Anyway, April the 23rd, new draftee players and further gameplay improvements will be updated. This should have been done last year.
Yes.
I'm going to be honest. I get that there's so many people out there that just protect this studio, like, to the heavens, but I don't know why. Like, if you're going to be selling a game for $100, which, by the way, on PlayStation, it is still $100.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's still $100. Like, this is in Australia. I can't believe that they still sell. They have the gall to sell this game for $100. It's fucking ridiculous. And to the fact that they're doing gameplay improvements, which they did for about a couple of months, but they didn't do it after that.
Yeah.
So I feel like they should be. But anyway, on May the 28th, so in a couple of months' time, they will finally be releasing pro teams.
So still 2.5 months away.
2.5 months from now, but this was announced. This was like one of the big selling points of AFL 23.
Yeah.
Pro teams. Now, if you don't know what pro teams is, it basically the answer of like FIFA with Ultimate Team. So you can buy players and have them in your squad, which was one of the huge selling points for this game.
Yeah.
They basically were saying that it was. Some people believed it was going to be out on release. I knew that wasn't the case, but a lot of people did believe that was the case. It wasn't released. They basically, I think it was after like June or something, they didn't even talk about it.
Yeah.
Finally, there is news. And also, another point about pro teams was the game was announcing that there was going to be like legend players.
Yeah.
They were announcing legends for the games, but weren't releasing the pro teams aspect of it.
Yeah.
So, I think the fact that the game doesn't run very well at all offline, like at all, like playing against the computer or whatever, how is it going to run online games? I feel like that's going to be a fucking huge downfall.
I think there's going to be a lot of problems with it. I think that I never got the game, and I still don't believe I will, even with the actual feature to it.
Would, like, when you first hear about pro teams and stuff, would that be a reason why you would get it, though?
Yes, it would be, because that's the whole...
I feel like that's a big selling point for consumers. Like, for people who... I grew up playing FIFA. I wasn't a big soccer fan, but it made me, like, start liking soccer and that sort of stuff. But that was one of my... I always thought if the AFL game was coming, I would love to have an Ultimate Team feature.
Yeah.
And then they brought it in. They made us wait for over a year now for it. And I just can't see... I'm not going to start playing it until I see, or I'm putting money into it at all, until at least I see gameplay that actually shows that it can function online.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not expecting it to be 100% perfect, no glitches, no bugs, but I am not going to put any money into it. And I suggest that people who are watching don't put any money into this pro teams aspect until you see that it functions. Because if you buy all these teams, actually go into the game, and it doesn't function... You're wasting money.
Yeah. Don't make the company profit on something that doesn't work.
Yeah,
in a way.
exactly.
Yeah.
I actually think that it's a good idea. I think it's a great idea in theory, but the fact that the game can't function offline speaks to me that this game won't function on as an online game.
Yeah.
As an online multiplayer sort of experience, I can't see that happening. So, like the fact, I just think it's going to be. It could be a huge downfall of the game. I think it's definitely a good idea that it will bring players back to it, but it has to function. And the last update on here is on July the 31st. AFLW update including draftees and season fixture. So basically they're just updating the player lists and that sort of stuff, which is basically what they're doing on the 19th of March, going to, next week, basically.
Yeah.
So I may go check it out, see how the game functions. I have not played it since the first day.
Yeah.
I was so excited for the game. I was like, I was going with you. I was like, I think it's going to be okay. I think there was something I was like, I think it could be okay. And I was so disappointed.
Yeah.
When it came out and it did not function at all. Like the opposition players wouldn't tackle, blah 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 blah. From what I can tell, I've seen people talk about it and stuff. I don't think it's got much better.
No.
So it's really disappointing. I'm going to be honest with you. It is really disappointing.
Mm.
And I really hope that they actually do make the game good, function properly, and if they release this pro teams at a good state, I think it can be the revival of the game, so to speak. Because I do think that in a footy game, the fact that they've got the grasp of football players who like football supporters who play games.
Yeah.
They've got them in their fucking palm of their hand. You have a base of people who will play this game. Like everyone plays video games now.
Yeah.
Like the kids and all that sort of stuff. All you have to do is get out a game that is functional, that works, and if you can get this pro teams up and running, you will have a money maker for years.
Mm. Yeah.
Like it's not going to make the money of like FIFA or GTA. Obviously not. It's obviously very located to Australia. But I'm telling you right now, this can be a huge money maker for Big Ant if they can get this game to actually function.
Yeah.
If the game does not function online, because you can put all the attributes of like of different like all these features. Alright guys, back here for the third term. How you doing, lasers? I'm guessing you're a Crows fan? So 3/4 time the other game, by the way, guys. The Cats lead it by 10 points over the Saints. Goalless third term from the Cats, though. So really close game going into the final term in that one. The third quarter is underway. Rao gets the clearance forward. Trickling ball towards Humphrey. Couldn't bring it with him. Now Smith fighting hard to get rid of it. Miller did well to back to Humphrey. Trickles the ball inside the forward 50. King good gather. Tries to run a bit of an arc. Handballs it outside the defensive 50, forward 50 for the moment. Anderson off to Humphrey. Step past two. Got the handball away somehow. Slapped it. Tried to get it to Anderson. Now the Crows can counter. Rankin gets it out to Hinge. He sends the ball out wide. 1-on-1 there. Hewlin did pretty well in the air. Now Ballard handballs it back to Hewlin. Make it his problem. And he's happy to see it out of bounds. So we're back in the ruck, forward side of the wing here for the Crows. Miller gets the ball out of there towards the wing once again. In front there was Borlase, overran it. Did well shoulder get back there and get it on his boot quickly. Good take there from Crouch, and he wanted to keep on going. Sends it inside the forward 50. In front there is Collins, brought it to ground. Keys thumps it forward. Burgess did really well to get a handball out to Fogarty. Had a quiet first half, Darcy Fogarty, and kicked that one on the full. So Butterick will have the free kick in the back pocket. So Butterick works it in short. He finds fear in. He had a brilliant first half, in my opinion. Now he goes long. Pack of players form. Casbolt got pushed out of it a little bit. Rao just got the boot off out of the mid-air. Did really well. Lukosius overran it a bit. Now Worrell to Smith. Dangerous handball. Kind of a no-looker. Miller got tackled well, though, by Laird. There'll be a stoppage on the wing. It's a 26-point lead for the Gold Coast. Headed into half-time. They still hold that lead at the moment. Smith gets the clearance towards half forward. Pedler went in hard. Couldn't grab it. Butterick did really well to slap it towards Swallow. He gets it long down the wing. Sat under it a little bit there was Humphrey. Couldn't bring it with him. Rao tackled well there by Crouch. Two tough nuts going at it. O'Brien with a little tap down. Did well to Laird. Now Scholl jams it on the boot. Back inside that forward 50. Sitting under it there. Power did well to slap it out of there. Towards half forward there for the Crows. And Murphy happy to see it out of bounds. So the Crows got a couple of dangerous small forwards, but they really haven't been able to get anywhere near it tonight, especially close to goal. Only 1 goal to half time, the Crows. And that was in the first term. O'Brien won it down. Rowell coming through, couldn't bring it with him. Miller, through hands now, Crouch and now Scholl. Usually a pretty good user. Just sends the ball back inside the forward 50 and Swallow. How you got 2 fists and thump it out of bounds. So inside the Crows forward 50, they've actually had the territory for the third term so far. O'Brien took it out of the ruck, but then left the ball behind. Rowell got tackled well there by Dawson. Runs back into O'Brien's possession. Couldn't get rid of it. Now Fogarty fighting off all the tacklers. Got the ball out somehow. Laird got boots the ball quickly. Runs to the pocket. And the Crows have it a little bit closer to goal now. Oh my God. Umpire throws it in again. Close to the Crows' goal. Burgess won it down in the ruck. Only as far as Power, Fiorini. They work through hands again, the Suns. They've just looked a little bit cleaner with the footy. As I say that again, Anderson turns it over. Nonetheless, now the Crows have the footy. Crouch to Miller, working it through hands. Scholl, quick little option across his body, trying to find... It was Murphy at right on 50, but he just couldn't find him. It's out of bounds again. I think I've said the Gold Coast have been clean twice now, and both times they've absolutely butchered the footy. It's been over 48 minutes since the Crows got their last goal. Back in the ruck, O'Brien wins it down. Murphy overrun it a little bit. Miller fighting hard, always in and under this guy. Crows get it out of there for the moment. Rowell just soccers it out of trouble for the moment. Ainsworth tackled well, and just outside the forward 50 of the Crows. So they finally have the territory of the Crows. They've got to try and convert it onto the scoreboard. O'Brien taps it down. Rowell again. Free kick's been ripped out. It's going to go to the Gold Coast way, and they take the advantage. Rowell handballs inside to Ainsworth. They've just got to work through this a bit calmly of the Suns. They've got to tread water a little bit. It's Casbolt, about 80 from goal. He takes his time. Now goes long into the pocket to the leader, King. Worrell did well to get in front. Lukosius just threw it out. Humphrey off the ground. Sockers it towards goal. Just missed. First scorer of the second half. And the Crows have absolutely butchered it coming outside the defensive 50. I think. Hang on. Yeah, they have. And Humphrey's taken the mark. So Bailey Humphrey takes the mark. And now a chance for the Gold Coast to send it out past 5 goals to the difference. This is a big lead in the conditions. It's not raining at the moment, but it's been a pretty dreadful night in terms of weather condition. So around 40 metres out, Humphrey comes in. And that really hurts the Crows. Matthew Nix looking for some answers right now, and I'm not sure if he has any. They're getting absolutely dominated now. They finally had some ball up forward. Just want to look at that kick again. It was an absolutely terrible kick from Brodie Smith. He's had a couple of terrible moments in this game so far, Brodie Smith. He gave away a 50 before, and now he's given away basically 2 goals now, Brodie Smith. He's a champion of the Crows, we know that, but he's got to really respond here. He's given away 2 goals, 2 absolute sitters. So umpire throws it up. Witts wins it down. Rowell again. Tackled well there by Dawson, but he gets the free kick for a hold. So Matt Rowell has the free kick. He's had a really good second and third term so far. Looking for an option. Doesn't seem to have any, so he's just going to pump it back inside that forward 50. Going hard there was Witts. He's brought it to ground. Berry looking for the high one. Humphrey, good tackle. So still inside their forward 50 here are the Suns. How you doing, Roblox? Roblox kid. Little win down there from O'Brien. Snapped towards the forward. Top of the goal square for the Suns. It rolls out the back. And it's through for a point. One more goal here for the Suns. And they may well have just won this game. Because at the moment, I just don't see the Crows getting another 5 or 6 goals in this game. They've only kicked one for the first quarter. Half and a bit. Crows. Good. I appreciate the response there. So on the wing now, Keys fighting hard. Swallow just got the handball away. Hewlin did really well to set past one, and they get the advantage paid here, the Suns. Inside that forward 50, Borlase slapped it away, and he'll get the free kick. He's had a good night, James Borlase, against Ben King. Ben King, I don't think he's actually he's only had the one touch so far. So he sends the ball long. Fisted away, but Pedler read it well. Roved it nicely. Sends the ball down the wing to the leading Fogarty. Did it really well. He tries to keep on going. Just didn't have an option, though. Pedler did well to keep on running. He's been good tonight. He goes inside the pocket, and a good kick to Isaac Rankin. He's got to take his time here, Isaac Rankin. So now Rankin plays on, snaps on goal, and against the former side, gets the goal. And by God, did they need that, Adelaide. So a good finish from Isaac Rankin. Had a pretty up and down sort of game so far. Had a really good start, then went pretty quiet. Now he's on the scoreboard. By the way, around the grounds, guys, Cats lead it by 2 points at the moment against the Saints in the 4th term. So back in the ruck, Witts wins it down. Taps it forward a good 10 metres. Rao fighting hard. Tap towards Holman. Back on the boot inside the forward 50. The bounce is going to matter here. It stays here for King. Did well to push out Butts. Kicks on goal here. Ben King. Quick reply. Well done there from Borlase. Had a really good game, James Borlase. Last line of defence saves a certain goal. So now Hinge outside the defensive 50 wants to go long. 2-on-2 here. Great mark there from Gallant. Had a really quiet game, but he took a really good mark there. He wants to quickly go. The Crows get it inside that forward 50. Hewlin sat under it. Well done there from Pedler to fist it away from him. Collins gets it outside the defensive 50 for the moment. Crouch did well. Over to Laird. They're working through hands here, the Crows. Laird missed Miller. Now they're going to be caught in a bit of trouble here, the Crows. Got it away to Crouch, but the handball was ill-directed. Ellis to Ballard outside the defensive 50. And a great mark there from Hinge. Should probably be 50 in my opinion. Wasn't given though. So Hinge will have it in the centre of the Gold Coast Stadium. Sorry. So now Hinge goes long. Inside the forward 50. Pedler went up a bit early. Fogarty trying to claim the mark. Eventually got the handball away. Laird gets it on the boot. Runs towards goal, but it's through for a point. So they're getting some chances here, Adelaide. They can get the next one. They're right back in it, I believe. So now off half back, here go the Suns. Long kick. Worrell should get a free kick there. Oh, surely. You got a push. Oh, I don't know. Maybe he was pushed after the marking contest. Like, yes, but I thought that was a pretty fair free kick in my opinion. Anyway, so true centre wing out of side. O'Brien and Casbolt go at it. O'Brien won it down, coming through quickly. There was Crouch, got pushed away from it. Rowell gets it on the boot towards half forward. It bounces past everyone and Borlase's last line. Gets on the boot quickly. Up and under ball. Slapped it away. There was Rowell. He got the 1-2 and he did brilliantly, Matt Rowell. He's had a really good third term. Now they're inside the forward 50 and the Suns out. The back is Roses. He plays on to put a dagger through the Crows' hearts. Roses nails it. Good finish from Malcolm Roses. Will that stop the comeback of the Crows? They looked like they were building something there, Adelaide. But as soon as they were building, the Malcolm Roses gets on the score sheet. He's had a big night, Matt Rao. Had a really good third quarter. So sub has been made. Saligo's onto the ground here for the Crows, and Gallant is out. Back to the game though. Flanders gets the clearance inside the forward 50. Hinge thumps it away, and Miller are happy to have scored it out of bounds. So Berry and Miller are going at it again. Berry had a really good first quarter, probably one of the best I've seen in his career so far. Was pretty quiet in the second. So back in the ruck contest. Casbolt pushed O'Brien out of it. Back to Miller. Even further back to Fiorini. Inside that forward 50 once again. Sat under it there. Worrell got past him. King couldn't bring it with him. Butts working hard. King gets back onto it. Gets into a bit of space. Handballs out the back. Towards Matt Rao. Snaps it towards the top of the goal square. Sitting in the hole is Bailey Humphrey. And this would almost kill the game off, I believe. The Gold Coast have been brilliant in this game. And a chance here for Humphrey to send through a hammer blow. So Humphrey about 25 metres out. Bit of a slight angle. Kicks towards goal. I think he's missed it. He has. Well, it gives the Crows a bit of a hope. So now Hinge goes long towards the wing once again. O'Brien did want to bring it to ground. Now Dawson over the top to Keys. He's got some space here. Kicks it inside the forward 50. Just too hot there for Fogarty. Overran him. And now the Gold Coast working through hands again. Powder Collins. Kick out wide is a nice little option. And he finds Tom Berry on the lead. And they want to go with the Suns. They want to send this game. They want to get this game done. Fiorini, long kick down the wing, good option. He finds Casbolt, 60 from home. He gives it off to Flanders. Flanders, usually a pretty good user, just sends a high ball inside about 25 metres out. Spoiled away now to Matt Rao. He snaps on goal! And he's hooked it way too much. And he's kicked it on the full, in fact. Do you like the Crows? If I'm going to be honest with you, man, no. But the big reason why that is because my brother's a Port Adelaide supporter. That's really the only reason. Because I grew up at Port... My family is a lot more Port Adelaide. That's probably why, man. But, yeah. That's pretty much it. Sorry. So, O'Brien from the tap down, won it down. And now, Humphrey just sends it up the chimney once again inside that forward 50. Sat under it brilliantly there, Michael, and he took a good mark. I have nothing against Crows fans, though. Quite a lot of my mates are actually Crows fans. So now Worrell sends the ball out wide. One-on-one here is Murphy. Tried to take a mark there at Fiorini. Didn't do so. Got back onto it nicely. Little chipping ball finds Fogarty. Been pretty quiet tonight, but hasn't been the conditions for the tall forwards. So he wheels around, runs a bit of an arc, sends it inside the forward 50. Spoiled away there from Dawson, and it's out of bounds. Rain's starting to get a lot heavier once again. 35-point lead to the Suns. Cats just extended their lead back to 8 points. With 14 minutes into the last quarter. So O'Brien fists it forward towards Rankin, who tried to get a high one, ducked out of one, stepped out of trouble, kicked on goal! And he's kicked it on the full. I thought he kicked it for a minute. So now the Suns work it through a couple of short kicks and they find it to Euland on the outer side. Played the first game of last year, didn't play many after that, and he plays the, second game of this year. Fighting hard there is Casbolt on the ground. Berry tried to get it out of there, threw that away. That should have been a free kick, not paid. Ainsworth towards half forward, fighting hard there. The Crows do well through hands. So now Michael Annie towards half forward. Collins wanted to do the safety thing and get it to the boundary line. Good spoil, runs out of bounds. So true centre wing on the outer side. 8.5 minutes to play in this third term. Gold Coast lead it by 35. Back in the ruck, O'Brien got it at the back. Socket it forward there was Flanders. Now they get it forward here through Murphy. Off the spoil, Rochelle got the ball smothered. Coming in hard there was Scholl, couldn't bring it with him. Now Sexton has a bit of time. Just got it on the boot. Didn't really look for an option. Humphrey probably should have marked that. Socket away there nicely there from O'Brien. But now the Suns can go. The handball forward there from Anderson was ill-directed. Dawson gets there first and he has some time. Oh, a bit of a judgy moment there for the Crows. Butts got pushed as he kicked it. And he takes a good mark here. Hinge wants to go though. He has some time. Big chance here for the Crows. Goes long. One-on-one here is Berry. But great effort there from the veteran. To be honest, Frigid. Oh, I wouldn't be too worried, man. If you're a Crows supporter, the conditions up on the Gold Coast are dreadful. It is like raining, but like 25 degrees. They don't have Taylor Walker in the team. And they can't get their kicking game going. So I wouldn't be too worried if I'm a Crows fan. The Gold Coast, you got to remember this as well. The Gold Coast have had an extra game, so they've had an extra game of match fitness. I think that's really unfair for the Gold Coast and the Giants to have played a team that had an extra week. I think that's the case because I think having the extra game of match fitness is way more important than having that extra week off. I wouldn't be too worried if I'm a Crows supporter. I mean, it's not very good that they've only kicked 2 goals in 3 quarters. But, yeah, if I'm being honest, I don't have many concerns. I still think the Crows will make the top 8. So a free kick now to Josh Rochelle. He's outside the forward 50 as he kicks this. It's a long kick. Gets on it a bit, Rochelle. It'll get to the line, and it's just touched there. So 34 points now. They've had the run of play the last few minutes, the Crows, but the Suns still lead it by over 5 goals. So out on the wing now, Berry fighting hard. Flanders got the ball out, and now they work it forward here, the Suns. Humphrey just happy to slap it forward to Berry. Just gets some meterage. Jones, good tackle there on Berry. He's got a free kick for his troubles. So Berry gets the free kick on the outer side. Just so under 6 minutes to play in this third term. Sends the ball along, Berry. Did well there, King, to bring it to ground. Fighting hard, there was Smith. Coming in hard, there was Saligo as a sub. Probably the first time he's been seen. Sends the ball along and it's way too wide. Free kick will go to the Suns again. So the Cats have just extended their lead out to 21. So they're pretty much, I think they've locked that one down now. So Miller has the ball. Goes in short to Sexton. Probably just too far out to score, Alex Sexton. Obviously, earlier in his career was a forward. This year, Dimmer Hardwick saw something different in him as they put him at half back. Had a really good preseason, Alex Sexton. So now he goes long to the pocket. 3-on-1 in the Crows' favour. Gets at the back of everyone and it's out for a boundary throw in. Forward pocket here for the Suns. Throws it in again. O'Brien with the tap down. Stays on the ground for a little. Miller goes it out to Saligo. Held without it. Should have got the free kick and he will. The Crows want to take the play on. I think that's good to see. Hinge goes long out towards the wing. Fogarty causes a contest and he gets at the back of all of them. Out for another throw in. Terrible conditions up on the Gold Coast tonight, I'm going to be honest with you. From the stoppage, the Crows get it forward. Runs past Berry. Come backing off the ricochet. Did well there, Jones. Now Laird gets boot to ball. Just looking for some meterage here. Collins went up, almost took the mark. Now Ellis. Ballard just threw a boot at it. Went in hard there, Hinge. Did well to get the ball forward. Here's a chance here for the Crows. Fogarty gave it off to Rangan, who gets dragged down by Holman. He's always loving the tackling, Nick Holman. And now Miller gets it outside the defensive 50. O'Brien completely missed it. And Witt's got an absolute face full of ball. And now Ballard goes... Oh, that was dreadful. That was hilarious. Witts absolutely ate the Sharon logo. Far out. Anyway, back to the game at hand. Humphrey fighting hard for the footy. Did well. Gathered it well in the wet conditions. Low ball towards Lukosius, who gathered it nicely. Again, a rolling ball inside the forward 50. Michael Annie's all over it, though. Gives it off to Ball Ace. Took way too long on it. Now Lukosius can make them pay. From 50. Lukosius goes long. 2-on-1 is Holman. Everyone missed it. And a free kick's going to go to the Crows. So Lockie Murphy gets the free kick in the defensive goal square. Looking left, but then decides to go back on the commentary side. It's a dangerous kick. Miller sat under it there, King. Miller gives it out. Now Rao stepped out of trouble. Back to Flanders from 50. Sam Flanders goes long. Will it get there? On the line. Couldn't take the mark there, Lukosius. And Michael Annie couldn't get it over the line there. And Holman happy to take it out of bounds. Nick Holman not impressed by that goal. Michael Annie quickly moves it on. It's long to Ball Ace. I think he's had a really good game, James Ball Ace. He's had a really good performance on Ben King when he's been on him. And he's taken some really good moments tonight. He goes long down the wing. Pack of players form. Couldn't bring it down there, Burgess. Jones diving in. Couldn't bring it with him. Rochelle kept it in. I don't know if he did, to be honest with you. A lot of players around there were wanting that to be out, but it wasn't. Keys fighting hard. Again, the Gold Coast did really well. Butterick just jams it on the boot towards the wing, and the Crows sit under it nicely. Marked well by Ball Ace again. Goes long on the outer wing again. Just 2 minutes in this third term remain. Jones went up, almost brought it down with him. Did well to get it out to Crouch. Now Smith owes him a couple. Sends it long inside the forward 50. O'Brien sat under it, couldn't bring it with him. Saligo just slaps it forward, couldn't get it along. Collins eventually got rid of it. Now Butterick, long kick, could spoil there from Butts, and he goes out of bounds. Chance here for the Crows to get one late. Maybe if they can get one more, it'll give them confidence going into the last. Stop showing it. Stop it. It's so mean. Witts absolutely ate the footy. Holy shit. So back in the contest, Flanders. Far out, dude. Long kick is a really nice option. Found Casbolt. And a chance here for the Gold Coast. Maybe late to shut the gate. Casbolt, not really too concerned going forward. He goes short to Flanders. Short kick. He finds Ainsworth. So a minute to play. Ainsworth, not really too concerned. He may just go long now, though. Pack of players form. O'Brien has the option. Up goes Casbolt. Almost brought it with him. Now Lukosius gets on that right boot. Snaps on goal. Oh, he's just hooked it too much there, Lukosius. Back to their game high lead of 35 points. So Brodie Smith again goes long. Fogarty got to get the hands out. Couldn't do so. Now Crouch. Chance to go through the middle of the ground. It's a dangerous kick, but they read it well. Pedler tries to break away from Sexton. Did really nicely, Pedler. Goes with a long kick inside the forward 50. That's a nice kick. And he finds Josh Rochelli just inside the forward 50. And if they can get this goal, maybe there's some momentum going into the last. It's a long kick, though. Pedler's had a pretty good night. He's been one of the Crows' best. Him, Borlays, Laird, Crouch, probably been their best. So chance here for Rochelli. He's been pretty quiet so far. From 50, Rochelli kicks towards goal. That's pretty nice. Right on three-quarter time, the Crows get their third. And they're in with a chance. So at three-quarter time, the Gold Coast Suns lead it by 29 points. 7-9-51 to the Crows. 3-4-22. Big goal to end the term, though, from Josh Rochelli. Stop showing it, bro. That's enough. It's so mean to Jared Witts. So, still a little bit of time left in the Saints game. So there's 3 minutes to play. The Saints have got their last 2 goals. Umpire fucks up the bounce. How fitting. So in the Saints game right now, 7-point lead at the moment here for the Cats. Big final moments though. Saints have got the last 2 goals of it, and there's about 2.5 minutes to play. Oh, I should have marked that battle. I don't think he meant that, but he fucking found him. Talk, you fucking... One point the difference. Oh, the Saints are in it. They're in it up to their eyeballs, the Saints. How much longer? Oh, 3 minutes. Come on, get this game done, boys. I want to watch the rest of this. You know what? I'm going to watch the rest of this. That was pretty poor from the Cats. They had 2-on-1. Stanley didn't mark it. Henry left his man. So back in the ruck contest, Marshall won it down. Coming through there was Henry, couldn't bring it with him. Stanley off the ground. The Cats get it forward. Myers dribbles it towards half forward. Cameron working hard, just got the handball away. Duncan off to Close. He gets it out somehow to Cameron, who sets past one. Good play there from Steele. Atkins trying to find the free man. It's Sean Manor. Oh, he got it smothered. Great play there from Cordy. Battle did well. Now Sharman gets outside the defensive 50 for the moment. But it's marked by Dangerfield. Just on 50. And a chance here to give the Cats the win. There is still time for the Saints if Dangerfield misses this. Yeah, we'll go back to the Crows game, guys, as soon as this one's over. So by the time he kicks it, there'll probably be about 35 seconds, I'd say, on the clock. So Dangerfield comes in. Kicks towards goal. It's coming back! It's home! I think Dangerfield just sealed the game. "35 seconds, I was exactly right. Go me. There you go. The Cats are going to win, guys. So you see players moving back to their positions now, guys. Gold Coast lead it by 29 points, 51 to 22. So here we go, guys. Third quarter has been completed. Fourth quarter about to get underway. Crows got the last goal of the quarter, right on the siren from Josh Rochelle. Can they use that for momentum? Back in the ruck contest. O'Brien tried to soccer it out of there. Miller did want to get it at the back to Anderson. Had a pretty quiet third term, Anderson. Goes with a long ball inside the forward 50. Michael Annie slapped it away. Ainsworth off the ground. Just gathering some meterage. Runs a little bit more and it goes out of bounds. Just about 20 metres out the throw-in will be. Back in the ruck contest. Witts was held without it. Probably won't get the free kick though. Hinge fighting after it hard. Scholl tried to soccer it off the ground. Did well there. Lukosius out the back to Holman. Miller dragged him away from it. Fiorini couldn't grab it cleanly and the Crows can clear. Outside the forward 50 for the moment. Dawson just soccers it forward towards Rochelle. Working hard there. The Crows can work it through the middle of the ground here. Crouch. Weird decision. Went to go forward and then just dinked it off his toe. And now Ballard has some time. Good kick found Ainsworth. On the wing, Ainsworth goes short to Miller. Miller's had a good game tonight. But he's definitely had a lot of followers with him. Anderson, he finds now being one of them. Had Rowell on the lead. Decides he wants to go long. Low ball towards Witts. Butts cuts it off. You're the worst commentator. Cheers, man. Appreciate it. So Butts goes long and wide. Power sits under it. Takes a good mark. So Powell now takes his time, goes long with the kick towards O'Brien, who thumps it out of bounds. Don't know what's wrong with being gay, bro. Seems like you're projecting a little bit. So inside the forward 50 here are the Suns. They get an early one. They probably kill this game right off. The Crows get the first. They're right back in it. O'Brien won it down. Crouched did well to get it out. Now Saligo. He's been okay so far. Sends the ball out towards the wing. Good work there from Rankin to bring it to ground. Now Powell got tackled well there by Fogarty. Probably didn't get rid of it legally, but nonetheless now Euland gives it off to Miller, who turns it over. Quick to remove that message, were you, bro? Yeah, you're pretty fucking hilarious. Goes out of bounds just in front of the interchange gates. I'm married, bro. Sorry. Back in the ruck. Witts knocks it down. Hinge gets the clearance towards half forward. Rankin went up, did well to bring it to ground. Now Rash Shelley just got tackled as he was trying to get breakaway. Don't know what you're trying to do, bro. You keep on writing all these messages and then just quickly getting rid of them. So a free kick's here going to the Crows. It's going to go to Rochelle for a hold. No, it's gone to the Gold Coast for holding the ball. Fuck me, dude. Anyway. So now Ewan goes long down the wing. Butts comes off second best there, limping away there. Not looking the greatest. Oh, God, he's really limping up, actually. He's getting back on Ben King. He's had a pretty good night. No, I'm married to a girl. Won it down there, O'Brien. Well done there from Rao. Just arched the back and then got boots the ball towards half forward. Just overran a little bit, Michael Annie. Jones out the back. Butts fumbled a little bit, but just had time. Now Dawson getting chased hard there from Roses. Great smother there from Ellis. A chance here to make the Gold Coast, to make them pay. And in short goes to Humphrey. He's kicked 2 tonight, Humphrey. Whatever you say, bro. Yeah, not too bad, Brendan. How about you? What are you doing tonight? So Bailey Humphries kicked the 1 goal 2 tonight. He should have kicked 2 at least. This would probably shut the gate. So Humphrey comes in, a little bit of a stutter step, kicks towards goal. Umpire moves over to the right and it's through for a point. You get you scroll on my bloody mouse. I think I said that a few times actually. So Roses takes the mark inside the forward 50. What are your thoughts on North Melbourne's season? Oh, premiership, definitely. They look a little bit better. I don't think there's much improvement at the moment so far. But we'll have to wait and see. So Malcolm Roses, he's kicked the 1 goal 2 as well. This would send it to a highest score lead of the game. Roses comes in. And he's got it. Good boy from Roses. They're the best. Yeah, I thought so. Like I said, premiership favourites. Okay, can we please get rid of the trumpet? That is so annoying. So sends it out to a game high lead of 36 points. Good lead there from Roses. I'm good, thanks. Just chilling. I know Cooper Gretsch is 25 since he was born. The Saints' last win in Geelong was 1999. Maybe if he stopped supporting the Saints. Oh, he's a flog anyway. He fucking, what did he do? He what do you call it? He exposed what Eggs Footy's fucking his face reveal and whatever. Just fucking doxed him. That's what I'm trying to think of. Yeah, he doxed him, which is fucking so dog shit. You fucking don't dox it. It's fucking dog shit to do that to anyone. The game is super one-sided. There has been things that Gold Coast did that never got called out. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I've seen it. There's been a few that have gone the Gold Coast way, which have been fucking dreadful. But, I mean, the game is 36 points. The Crows haven't played well. But, on the other hand, the Crows have been well beaten, but I wouldn't be too concerned. Shipping up to Boston. Just found your channel and gave you a sub. Oh, I appreciate that, man. You tipped everyone except for North Giants? You tipped North? Why would you pick North? He blocks people and abuses people in his private streams. Oh, what a fucking legend he is. No, he's a fucking idiot. Crows just got a goal, by the way. Sorry, guys. When you guys are talking in the stream, that's when I usually stop the crap commentary. No worries, bro. Just call me Boston. That's probably better. We'll call you Boston. Are you from Boston, bro? Because that's pretty cool. Watching the footy. So Ben Keys just kicked the goal. Fuck me, dude. It's getting warm in this room too. Back in the ruck. Witts gets the clearance. High ball. Towards the wing. Working hard there for the Crows. Got pushed in the back there, looked like. I think it was Jones. Didn't get the free kick. Umpire strike again. They'll need to be retrained. Oh, you live in Sydney. Oh, sorry. I just saw the name. Anyway. That's cool, dude. I'll barrack for the Swans. I don't know if you do. Miller did well out to Berry. Has some time out to Anderson. Long ball inside the forward 50. Hinge did well to get it away, but now the Suns have the ball. Holman towards the top of the goal square. Will it bounce through? Will Worrell get there just in time? Worrell gets there to stop a big chance there for the Suns. Call me Macca. Okay, Macca. 31 points the difference. I don't think the Crows have a chance with you, King. I'm going to be honest with you. Just like the Boston sports team in the US. Oh, okay. Yeah, I used to follow the Celtics a bit. Sexton went to ground, did well to gather the ball, but then just gave it up to Soligo. Terrible play there from Anderson, but then just got pushed Flair in the back. Umpire didn't see it. Rankin goes long. Terrible kick, and Ainsworth cuts it off. Just got a fair shove in the back there. Anderson, the umpire didn't see it. There's 4 of them out there, and they still fucked it up. Yeah, it's a good team. I haven't followed much. That's the Boston Bruins, that logo, isn't it? That's hockey. I haven't really watched much of that. Follow the Atlanta Falcons in the NFL, though. Celtics have been good. Yeah, I haven't followed the NBA for a while, though. Long ball down the wing. Fighting hard there was Rao. Probably just gave away the high free kick. So the Crows have a chance here. We'll go to Sam Berry. He's had a pretty good first half. Been a bit quiet since. So now Berry goes long. Spoiled well there from Collins out the back. O'Brien sat under it. Just gets it on the boot inside the forward 50. Fogarty fighting hard. Fiorini did well to get the hands out nicely. Butterick gives it off to Ainsworth. Now Yulin getting outside the defensive 50. Bouncing ball towards the boundary line. Don't pay deliberate, you flog. Good idea. What are your thoughts on the Pies? Will they bounce back, finish top 4 of the flag? It's it's way too early to write off Collingwood, obviously. If you write off Collingwood now, you're a moron. I think they can make top 4. Okay, it's too hard to say for the Premiership. I think they do have a lot of issues, though. Like, their forward line, they find it really hard to score goals. Lockie Schultz had a pretty poor first couple of games. Ash Johnson had a shocker against the Swans. Mychek had a shocker as well, but I think that Mychek's not the problem. He's fine. Jamie Elliott had a pretty poor game, but he was okay. He'll be fine. Bobby Hill had a pretty good, okay game. Bit quiet, but no issues there. My issue with Collingwood is if Mychek gets, like we saw, if Mychek got held down and Elliott gets held down, they find it difficult to score. Well, sorry, Bobby Hill as well. But even Bobby Hill had a bit of, he had a really good grand final and had a pretty good season as well. But, I still think Jamie Elliott's the better player. Maybe that's a hard thing to say, but I think Jamie Elliott's the better player. I think they do struggle to kick goals. And I think now teams are definitely working out how Collingwood play. Oh, I still just drag that into Liga. That's gone. Yeah, that's gone. Yeah, Ash Johnson getting dropped, hopefully. Yeah, he had a shocker. Oh, you're a Collingwood fan. Okay. Did you go to the game against the Giants, dude? Raul in short. Nah, mate, this game is hella one-sided. He dragged that in, dude. He dragged that in. I know the Gold Coast player held it back under him, but He did drag it in to begin with. You couldn't make it? Oh, okay. Swans won last night, though, so... No, it was a good win from Sydney, though. It was really good to see. I think... Obviously, it's way too early to tell, but Carlton, Giants, Sydney, I think look really good so at the moment. But again, it's pretty early to tell. I think the Giants look fucking good so far. Yes, they flogged they beat up North Melbourne, big deal, but I still think they started off very well, the Giants. They looked really good last week. That's out of bounds. So, still a 31-point lead to the Suns. 11 minutes to go in this last quarter. They should be further in front, I think, the Suns. I think they've done really well tonight. I've still got question marks about the Suns, though. Even though they're going to go 2-0, I don't think there's still lots to go. GWS versus Swans would be a good matchup. Yeah, I can't remember when they played each other, though. That would be a good game, though, at the moment. I think the Gold Coast will probably go top now. Because this is going to be over 200... If it stays like this, I mean, obviously it could change, obviously. But Gold Coast is going to over 200% from this game. So, they double their score. So, we'll see how they go. Like, obviously, if you're a Crow supporter, don't be too concerned about this, okay? There's nothing to be concerned about here. They've got no Taylor Walker. They're playing in dreadful conditions. This is a... I'm not going to say it's a mulligan, because it is round 1. You should be performing better. But this game has been pretty fucking dreadful, I'm going to be honest. And I mean, how many games... That's high. That's high. Oh, okay, you paid it. Good. That was high. Fucking hell. I thought for a minute you didn't pay it. You going to the FCG in a few weeks? Oh, okay. Who are you? What game are you watching? Can't wait for Gather Round, though. I live in Adelaide, so my brother and I are going to be going to most of them. I thought the umpire didn't pay it for a minute. I was like, come on, bro. You got to pay that. So, Sam Berry, about 20 metres out. Bit of a slight angle, but shouldn't have too many issues. Had a pretty good night, Sam Berry. He comes in. Nice little goal. So, back to 25 points. Commentators are trying to act like there's a chance if the Crows, but I highly doubt it. North did alright, only 39 points, beat... So sorry to be mean, but shush, you still got to beat every team you play. I don't know what you're talking about, bro. You went to Adelaide last week? I'm so sorry, bro. Look, man, I mean, you can't... If you're a North Melbourne fan, you can't sit there and be delusional enough to think that that was a good performance from North. It was okay, I'll give you that. But they still got flogged, and they kicked the last, 2 goals of the game to bring it back to 39 points. Collingwood and Brisbane could be the first time both teams from previous years go 0-2. I don't think they'll lose to Freo. But, I mean, they have a chance to. Dove on it. Free kick's going to go to the Crows. All right, there's still 9 minutes to play. 25 points. There's a chance. I actually like Adelaide. I did one of his music. One of the fist. Oh, do you work in the music business there? So now the Crows on the wing. Rochelle kicks it long. Sitting under it nicely there was Ballard. Took a good mark. Yeah, I mean, very well, Brisbane... But we saw Brisbane last year. They did lose to the Power in round 1, and then they, went on a huge run. It is in Perth, though, so Brisbane aren't the best travellers. We'll see how they go. I've tipped them. Oh, I went to one of the... Oh, okay. I thought you said... Sorry, I thought you meant that you were, in the music business. But, yeah, Adelaide do have a lot of things, like the festivals and that, the stuff that go on. They do have a lot of that good stuff, and they have a lot of good food and stuff. But just the basic... I don't know. I just feel like... I guess if you live here, you just think it's boring. If you don't live here, you can come here as a little holiday. It's a very... Yeah, that's what I kind of think. I think when we think of holidays, we go to different places. I really like Melbourne. I haven't been to Sydney. I would like to go to Sydney, go see the Swans play there. But yeah. So Crouch does well there. Gets it inside the forward 50. Fogarty fighting hard, couldn't bring it with him. Rochelle breaks the tackle, snaps on goal. Big chance here for the Crows. Don't write them off just yet. Rochelle kicks the goal. Just wait a minute. I'm planning on going back to the showdown in August. Oh, bro, bring your knife. Okay, don't bring a knife. But you better be careful. I'll tell you right now, there's crowds in South Australia are rowdy as it is against the away teams. When it's against each other, every single time there's a showdown, there's always on the next night of the news, there is always a fight that's broken out. So just be careful. Make sure if you're barracking for one team, make sure to be with those crowd members, maybe, I would say. So still 8 minutes to play here. 4 goals. There's a chance here for the Crows. Oh, you go to an A-League game sometimes? Oh, okay. Who do you go for in the A-League? I don't really... I follow a bit of the A-League. I'll follow like the highlights or whatever, but I don't really follow a team. Good tackle there, led on Anderson. And the umpire calls for a ball up. There's a chance here. Sydney FC. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense, obviously. Back in the contest, Anderson dribbles the ball towards half forward. Fighting hard here are the Crows, but an ill-directed handball. And now the Suns have a chance. Ewan sends it inside the forward 50. Push him out there, Holman. Probably should have given away the free kick. Wasn't paid. Murphy tracks the football. Ainsworth happy to see him out of bounds. 7.5 minutes to play. Crows have got the last 3. So I've seen like fights with them in West or Melbourne. Oh, okay. Oh, you'd see all the fights like the Sydney FC, Western Sydney Wanderers or whatever, I would assume. I've heard of them running fights. Fucking hell. Back in the ruck, Witts wins it down, only as far as Laird, who kicks it out towards the boundary line. Trickles out of there. Don't pay deliberate. He's not going for out of bounds. And he's paid it. So free kick will go to the Gold Coast. Collins will take the free kick. They'd be more reckless in these showdowns, and that's fucking saying something. Anyway. Long kick towards Ben King. Probably got a hand in the face. Wasn't paid. Dawson at the back to Worrell. Gets out of there. Good mark from Powell. So Port Adelaide will be hosting. Okay, so if you would probably want to go for Port. But even then, there's probably a few... There'll be quite a few Crows fans anyway. And the Crows have been good the last few showdowns, so... I mean, barrack for whoever you want. Just be careful, bro. Long kick inside the forward 50. Jared Witts almost went back with the flight to take it. And goes out of bounds. Well, sorry, you can't just expect to win every game. It's about progress and improvement. Bro, they've been What are you talking about? They've been improving for the last 7 years. When's the last time they made finals? Yeah, Crows are basically the Pies' cousins. Kicks on goal! Oh, that was a good effort. Look, I'm not trying to argue with you, bro, but fucking you got to admit that North Melbourne have not improved much at all. And I'm tired of fucking teams saying, oh, they're improving. Bro, you got to... If you're a North Melbourne fan, you've got to... Dude, when's the last time North made the finals? You can defend North. I understand it. I would defend my team as well. But you got to understand that they've got to... They've been rebuilding for fucking what? 7 or 8 years now? Sorry, but far out. What's happened to the green? Fucking hell. Dude. Okay, the game's fucking shit itself. Okay. Alright, we're back. Hang on. I don't know why that's in there. Alright, there we go. We can only hope. Oh, look, I mean, you can only hope. Look, they didn't play that bad against the Giants. I think they had an okay performance. I'll give you that. But there's still a whole lot of improvement, and right now, if I was a North Melbourne fan, I'd still be frustrated at the fact that there's still... I don't think they're accepting, like, you know, honourable defeats, but it's another honourable defeat, again. You probably support Port Adelaide? Well, my brother's a Port fan, so... I couldn't support the Crows, but anyway. Last 4 years, bottom 2 in the ladder, pretty embarrassing. That's it, bro. They've got so many fucking compensation picks and all this sort of bullshit, and all the players want to fucking leave. To be fair, though, I will say they looked a lot better than West Coast, than what I've seen from West Coast so far in the past year or so. I'll give them that. But let's be honest, West Coast are a basket case. I'll be interested to see how Port Adelaide go against them tomorrow. Chancy for Holman, gives it off to Lukosius, who goes inside the forward 50 into the pocket, pushes, McPherson does well, but Jones able to get it clear for the moment. Pedler fighting hardy with Ballard. Pedler goes to ground. Ballard did want to hold himself up. Now he fumbles it a few times and happy to see it out of bounds. Oh, come on. So 4 and a bit minutes to play. 20-point lead to the Suns. From the tap down, Rao threw that out. Should be pinned, and he is. Good work there from Keys. Port's experience, I think, is slightly better because it's called intros like the thunder sound effects and they never tear us apart. Oh, yeah, I think the Crows... I think a lot of more teams should do that sort of stuff. Obviously, they're trying to copy the... You never walk alone, obviously, from Liverpool. But I think more AFL teams should do it. I think that's a really... Like it gets all the crowd excited around the ground. It's a really good way to start a game, I think, anyway. I don't think I ever said that Larky, Sheasel, Wardlaw, or Dersma are different emerging... Okay. How about the likes of Will Phillips? You chose him. You chose him over Logan McDonald. You guys needed a key forward. You picked Will Phillips, who has had a couple of good games in his career, but has done barely much since. You keep on recruiting players like fucking... Oh, they kicked it. Okay, they're a chance here. Hang on. The Crows are a chance. $14 points. Oh, I'm not saying none of them are guns. In fact, I think Nick Larkey basically won the Coleman last year because he didn't have 2 games against North and West Coast like Kerno and Taylor Walker did. Yeah, I don't mind the Gold Coast trumpet. I don't know, dude. That's kind of annoying. Not bad, but not a bit annoying. I'm going to be honest. So Gold Coast currently leaded by 14 points. The Crows have been basically out of this game from the get-go. Gritio. How you doing, man? That's been a very weird game. How long to go? We don't have Simpkin. Yeah, I agree. 3.5 minutes. I'll try and commentate the rest of the game. So back to Berry in the centre clearance. He gets it forward here for the Crows. Towards centre half forward. Standing under it there. Saligo did well. Breaks past one. Tries to get it forward on the bounce. Just left it behind there. Rankin. It gets out the back of him. Isaac Rankin to get the Crows a real chance. Dribbles it home. 8 points the difference. Where has this come from for Adelaide? There's still 3 minutes to play. It is 8 points the difference. This has come out of absolutely nowhere in the space of about 10 minutes. No way you win this. I don't know where this has come from, dude. This has been a fucking dreadful game of footy, really. I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah, go watch it, man. It's a pretty close game right now. I think this is the first... Like, the Crows are just playing like they're like behind by 3 goals. So, obviously, they just thought that they were going to... Like, obviously, the Gold Coast have just stopped. Big chance here for the Crows. Back in the stoppage. Anderson kicks it away. Crouch doesn't even mark it. Just thumps it 30 metres forward. On the tap, well done there from Rochelle. Dawson just couldn't grab it cleanly. Anderson couldn't get it away. Rochelle fighting hard. Tried to duck away from Powell. Almost threw that away. Anderson handballs it out wide. Hinge is the first player there. Good gather. Humphrey gets it shaken off there. Hinge did well. He sent it back inside the forward 50. Burgess couldn't mark it. Collins did okay. Murphy... Shake and bake, little work there. Butterick got a high one on Saligo. He'll get the free. He plays on now. Saligo, low ball inside the forward 50. Fogarty wasn't on the same wavelength, and Ballard happy to tap it out of bounds. So 2.5 minutes to play. A chance here for the Crows to get another one. Got to get Ben Keys back on the field too, the Crows. So back in the ruck contest. Witts knocks it down. Hewlin fumbled it. Oh, across the body there from O'Brien. Just went across the face. It was touched anyway. I don't know about that, but that was a big chance there. Coming home like a steam train at the moment, the Crows. Absolutely came out of nowhere. 10 minutes ago, this game was dead and buried. Right now, the Crows are on the hot hand. Long kick away here from Powell. Pack of players form. O'Brien spoils it away. Holman did really well to break away from Murphy. Dribbling ball towards the wing. Ball Ace. Happy to see it out of bounds. Oh, that should have been deliberate. So 2 minutes to play. If the Crows can get one in the next minute, what a game we have on our hands right now. It just came out of nowhere, this. O'Brien wins it down towards Dawson and Rao. Got a bad bounce. Berry did okay. Dawson just got it on the boot. Towards Crouch. In fact, it was Murphy. Couldn't bring it with him. Saligo, little dance step around Miller. Inside the forward 50. Gets out the back there of Swallow. Fogarty. Saddled it a little bit. Rankin's got some time. He handles it inside towards Berry. Good tackle there on Swallow. Fact that Anderson has binned. Umpire quick on the call. Like that. Minute and a half to go. Damien Hubbard looks fucking deliriously angry right now, I would say. He looks like he's going to rip into their team no matter what happens in the rest of this game. Witts knocks it down. Anderson fighting hard. O'Brien couldn't get it out of there. Another stoppage called on the 50. Still time here for the Crows. O'Brien walks it down. Coming through there is Pedler. He kicks it to the top of the goal square. If it gets out the back, there a chance. Happy to escort it over here, Powell. And it brings it to 6 points. Could we see a draw out of this game? That would be absolutely astounding. So Powell has the football. Minute and 15 to go. They want the siren so bad. Powell goes high and long. O'Brien sits under it with Dawson. Dawson has some time, maybe to see it out of bounds. Stoppage called. Crows have dominated the last few minutes of stoppages, so they'd be happy with this. I'm surprised Damien Hubbard hasn't gone down. A drawer behind a turnover. Gold Coast just have to lock it up, try and get it forward. That's all they have to do here. Back in... Ruckman tussle up, gets out the back of them. Flanders tried to get the kick away. Trickles a good 20 metres. Murphy did well to tap it out to Dawson. He's a long left foot kick. It gets towards Rochelle. Couldn't bring it with him. Burgess can't get the ball out. And a free kick's been called. It's going back to Dawson, I think. Isn't that a free kick downfield? Oh, it went to Murphy. Anyway, Dawson goes long inside the forward 50 to the leading. Murphy couldn't bring it with him. In the pockets, Pedler has some time. Dribbles it towards goal. I think it's gone out of bounds. I think it's actually a good result in the end for the Crows. "44 seconds. What a dream comeback for the Crows. Can they steal it? O'Brien wins it down. Anderson tried to thump it away. Rao did well to get rid of it. Goes outside the defensive 50 for the moment. Running after it to the Koshes. Disguised it nicely and took it over. 30 seconds. Got much planned after the stream? Probably bed, to be honest with you. How long to go? 32 seconds. Gold Coast have been in front all night. The Crows suddenly turned on their light switch and they're in this game now. Berry fighting hard. Well on there from Berry to knock it over. That's Tom Berry. 24 seconds. O'Brien wins it down. Key's trying to get it out of there. O'Brien just soccers it forward. Worrell got the handball away only just. Dawson tried to soccer it off the ground. Fighting hard there as Murphy gets it out to Hinge. He finds his left boot. He's a chance. Spun out of trouble nicely. Gets it inside the forward 50. Why he dropped the mark, Berry? He had every chance to mark that ball and he dropped it. The Gold Coast have cleared The siren's about to sound. Miller has it and the siren goes. The Gold Coast have just taken the win. And Damien Hardwick is remembering the stress of coaching once again. Absolute relief to end that game, the Suns. They had that locked up for pretty much the second half. They had no challenge from the Crows at all. And all of a sudden, the Crows showed up in the last 10 minutes and almost stole it. Yeah, if I'm being honest, Brodie Smith cost him that game. No. Boston, we'll be honest. Bad game. Good 10 minutes. Good 10 minutes. That sucks, Gritty-O. Look, if I'm being honest with you, man, don't be too worried. The Crows are going to be fine. I think they'll make the 8 pretty easily this year. They'll win their games at home. They still need to win away, though. Facts, I'm going to be honest with you, yeah. Bit tight, you'd say there too. I think you fucking were pulling a hammy. You guys were that fucking tight. Fucking hell. It wasn't even the last quarter. It was the last 10 minutes, dude. Third time in their history they've gone 2-0. That really hasn't done much to them in their career. The Crows Discord is going... They have a Discord? No, of course they have a Discord. Look, there are a couple of... Look, I'm being honest with you. I think, what's his name? Brodie Smith gave away 2 clear goals in this game. He gave away the 50-metre penalty to Matt Rowell, which was a shot on goal that was less than 50% to get in. And then he turned over the ball, kicking outside the defensive, kicking out of the goal from the kick out, kicked it to the guy on the mark. Went into the round 16 to round 24. I'd probably say around 12, I'd say. Pressure on Brisbane tomorrow? Yeah, probably. The Smith 50 was weird. I don't know. I don't know if it was... Look, it was a pretty weak decision, but there's no need to try and grab the guy's... He always tried to pull his head off. I don't know about that. Yeah, sags him high and pivots. Yeah, look. Was it as bad as Dacos last night? No. I'll say that right now. Round 22 is that showdown? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm probably thinking around round 12, round 13. They kind of usually want to set up the rest of the season, like try and get the rest of the Friday night games, like, perfect. It's not that bad, yeah. Nick Dacos last night was fucking bullshit the way he tried to duck into that high free kick. He's got to pull that out of his game too. I think he's an awesome player, Nick Dacos. I don't think anyone could deny that. But he's got to pull out the playing for free kicks. He did it in the grand final last year, and he started to pull that into his game, and it's fucking going to wash his career. Look at, like, Joel Selwood, for example. I think Joel Selwood is a great player, but I would never class him as an immortal player because of how much he played for free kicks. Just subs, appreciate that, AFL Derby. Big game next Friday night, though, for the Crows. Against Geelong at Adelaide Oval. Before Adelaide becomes an expensive flight. Yeah, I would book early, dude, because, yeah. Yeah, it's a 1-goal game at the end, but they fucking weren't... They didn't show up for 3.5 quarters. The Gold Coast got to be careful there. Maybe maybe that's got something to do with, like, having to play the extra game. They tired at the end. I still think it gives the advantage to the team who played earlier. Why are they making him run around the ground? Fucking let him come off just till he go. He played the second half. Yeah, Cats vs Saints was exciting. I did watch the end of the game. When you're streaming probably next weekend. Yeah, let's have a look. Let's have a look at the games for next weekend. Let's have a look. So round 2, we have Saints versus Collingwood. Maybe I'll do that game. That's a big game. Danny Frawley game, of course. The Crows versus the Cats. That's a big game Friday night. I may even do that one. What's Saturday night? Won't be doing Saturday night because the Swans play. And Sunday, there's a fucking dreadful lineup for games. It'll definitely either be Thursday or Friday night. probably... I'll actually probably do Thursday because I think Friday's game could be... I think the Crows will win that one pretty easily. Anyway, guys, I've really got to go to the toilet, so I'm going to end the stream there. I really appreciate you guys joining the stream. Tomorrow could be interesting. What game? Oh, the Freo Brisbane game I think could be interesting. Actually, Melbourne Western Bulldogs could be good too. I've really got to go to the bathroom, guys. I'm going to end the stream. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate you guys joining the stream and chatting, of course, very late. But yeah, I do really appreciate that. I really do like doing the streams and talking to you guys. I usually just commentate because, I don't know. I feel it's kind of boring if I'm just sitting here watching the game. I feel like it's kind of shit. That's what I kind of do when people aren't really listening. Not listening. Aren't talking too much, or there's not many people here. So, yeah. If you don't like it, that's fine. If you do like it, I do really appreciate it. Appreciate the support. If you guys want to check out some awesome AFL footy designs, check out our very own footy print design company, BR Designs. It's the pinned link in the chat. Make sure to just go check it out even if you don't. We've got designs for all the AFL teams. So, yeah, if you like that sort of stuff, then make sure to go check it out. Thanks for watching, listening, and smelling, I guess. Thanks for watching the stream, guys, and we'll catch you all next time.